welcome to the Blue Lounge. Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are all doing well. We have Bobby Smoke Signals and we have CFC Stephen. Always the first people to show up. Pretty much. We're missing Elijah. He's not been around for a little while. But CFC Stephen, Bobby Smoke Signals, Angel, Brian, Luke. There's a few of you that normally come on right from the beginning. There you go, Angel is there. So I'm glad to see you all here. I'm glad to see you all coming onto the stream. Couch Critic, big up to you as well. Loco Costa, big up to you as well. Big up to everyone. Couch Critic, I think I've sent you the link already. So check your DMs. Regular panelists, check your DMs. You should have the link sent out to you there. Bobby, how you doing, my man? Welcome to the stream.
Hey Mo, always a pleasure. I'm hoping this is a good one today. I hope we have some good discussion.
Me too. I
to
think
Champions League game should be quite special.
Bobby, especially when you have a little bit of an understanding of who the opposition is, it makes it a little bit easier because Zenit, that was a difficult one, and I think Malmo is going to be a difficult one as well. But Juventus, we know about these guys. Kasim, welcome to the stream. How you doing, mate?
Hi Mo, how are you, mate? How are things?
How are you? Tell me how you're feeling. How is your health?
Yeah, my son just telling me now PSG gone 1-0 up.
Yeah, what a goal.
Unfortunately, I'm not watching it. Unfortunately,
okay.
I'm streaming.
No, I'm fine, thanks, Mo. I feel a lot better at the end of last night, and tonight I feel a lot better. So, and obviously the work are bringing me all the time, and I said, "Yeah, come on, man, it's been a long time." So I said I'll be back for Friday. I'm back for Friday. It's been a long time now.
This Friday you're going back? This Friday?
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to go back. It's been a long time now, Mo.
All right. Well, hopefully you're fully recovered before then. Make sure you get a test done before you go back because you can never be certain. But big up to you, and I'm glad to see you on the mend.
Thanks, Mo. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Couch Critic, welcome to the stream. How are you?
What's going on, big man? You good?
I'm good. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. You know, just watching this PSG game myself, but haven't seen the goal yet.
I was in two minds. To stream or to wait. But the thing is this, we're always going to play either on Tuesday or Wednesday, so it's going to clash either way, whether it's the preview or the post match. Yeah. So I thought we'd go ahead and do it. I'll probably watch the highlights afterwards. But
I mean, it's not
just a guy. Nice.
It's not like a big game, you know.
Nice goal. Top bins.
PSG, who's playing?
PSG, Man City. Couple teams that nobody cares about. Yeah, not real teams, right?
A couple of average players in both sides, So they've got the odd name or two. Boogeyman, big up to you.
The funny thing is, I actually before we go on, I just think that with this game, like the amount of energy that City exuded against us is going to bite them in the ass this game.
Couch. I don't think they're going to score goals. They haven't got a striker, man. It's just the way they score against us as well. It was defective, really.
Welcome to the PSG Man City reaction video. Yo, Boogeyman, how you doing? Hey,
good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm actually doing good. I'm doing good, and I heard Bobby speak, but I didn't. Is he in the chat right now in the stream? I can see him.
He is. I'm covering him with my logo. He's just behind my logo.
No, okay. Oh, yeah. The first one. No, good.
There we go.
Oh, that's better.
How are you, Bobby? Thank you.
Hey,
how are you, Bobby? Sorry, I forgot to say hello. Are you all right, Bobby?
No, it's all good. I'm good. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Lads, it's going to be a little bit of a tough stream today because we're competing with the Champions League. We're competing with other people streaming right now. So it's going to be a tough one, but we'll grind and crack on. Listen, people, we're going to talk about the formation, the tactics, the way we're going to play, the way they're going to play. But before we do any of that, I want to talk about the press conference because we found out some things in that press conference that were quite interesting. Firstly, Kante is out and he has the COVID. He has the virus. Now, the thing is this. We know he was ill when he was playing against Manchester City. Now, was he ill because of the virus? Then was he ill and then he got the virus? It's a little bit unclear right now, so I don't want to make any assumptions. But the thing is this, I want to start off by saying one thing because I know Kante does have some medical issues. He has got some underlying medical issues. So I want to say, get well soon. Hopefully you make a full recovery, and I hope this virus passes you by without having any negative impact or repercussions on your health, because that is the last thing we want to see happen to you. I also know that Kante has members of his family who have underlying medical conditions. So I hope this virus is, they caught it in time and nobody else is infected from his family, because it is something that does have, a ripple effect. So, best wishes for Kante, and hope he makes a full recovery as soon as possible. But in regards to the virus, in regards to the way it's spreading, in regards to the team, hopefully, it doesn't have that much of an impact in respect to the team. I know we also have other players who are out. We know about Pulisic. His injury seems to be a little bit more serious than anticipated, and he'll be out for a little bit longer. Reece James, his injury is expected. I wasn't expecting him to start the game anyway, because of pains and issues he was having with his ankle. But I'm surprised in respect to Mason Mount, because Mason Mount apparently would have started had the Man City game been on a Sunday, had it been another day, because apparently Tuchel thought the injury wasn't too bad and he just needed a little bit more time to rest. A lot of us were thinking that he might, come on at half time or come on off the bench in that Man City game, because it wasn't too much of an injury. But apparently that injury is more serious because he will be missing against Juventus. That concerns me, because either the injury was slight or the injury is serious, or is more serious than they had expected. Now, our medical staff, are they not picking up on these niggles? They're not picking up on these injuries? Do they not know how serious an injury is? Does it take them a little bit longer to identify a niggle, an injury that was supposed to take him out for 24 hours, and it turns out to be taking him out for a week? So I'm a little bit concerned about how our medical staff are approaching this. So I want to talk a little bit about the injuries before we go into the match. I want to get your thoughts and opinions in respect to the injuries that we've heard about to the squad. I'll start with... Who should I start with? I'll start with Kasim, since he has an injury. We'll start with Kasim. So Kasim, can you tell us about what your thoughts are in respect to these injuries?
Well, I think regarding to Reece James, I thought it's a good news really, because I thought he'd be off for a few weeks, but he came out and he said basically 7 days, and he's gonna keep assessing it and stuff. So in a way, so he's gonna miss Juventus game, isn't it? So hopefully by next weekend he'll be back to training, and he may start the Southampton game. Or come in second half. So that's a good news. I was like you more. I was surprised with Mason Mount. I thought he'd be coming that Juventus game. Obviously, with Kante, unfortunately, he's got COVID, isn't it? So he's gonna have to be isolated for 10 days. So that is a big loss. But we watched him against City more. He wasn't himself,
My concern is this, Kasim. If he had COVID when he was playing against City, I mean, how can he be ill and have COVID and play? So was he ill but he didn't have COVID? So is that something different? Because I mean, I know that we're not experts here. We're not doctors. We're not going to be able to identify whether this is COVID or not COVID. But it's a little bit strange for him to be ill enough to affect his game, but not to test positive. And if it wasn't COVID, then if it's not related, then this is something else. So it's a little bit of a weird one. This isn't really my concern because it's a pandemic and people are gonna get it. People are gonna get it. Hopefully, he gets over it and gets past it without without too much of a hassle. But my concern is Mason Mount. And the fact that he was supposed to be out for a day and then he's out for a week. What's going on? What's going on with Mason Mount? How do you analyze his situation?
Well, his situation, obviously, in my opinion, if you look at the overall picture, I think he's overblading, mate, and he's all building up. So he needs rest. Yeah, 100%. And if he's picked up something more, and obviously the medical said, look, he need more rest. He needs extra maybe 3-4 days. So he's going to have to miss Juventus game and hopefully be back for Southampton game, on Saturday. But obviously, the way he play and his attitude more, that last game against Aston Villa, he looks very tired.
Do we have a problem, Kasim? Do you have a problem in regards to our medical staff and identifying injuries and illnesses?
No, I don't think so, Mo. I think, from the last year, the pandemic and Europe, it was too many games and it was no too many breaks between. Because when Europe, the Premier League finished and we had Europe and the Premier League started again, it was no too much gap between, And I think he's very fatigued. Too many players play too many games. I'm talking about internationally as well. So I think it's down to that. It's nothing to do with the medical, really. It's too many games, fatigues, virus going on. So I think he needs more rest, and hopefully he'll be back by Saturday. I'm hoping.
All right.
I think it's going to be resting the Juventus game.
All right. Listen, guys, let's hit 50 likes, and I'll get you guys on here to talk to us. Let's get 50 likes, and I'll get you guys here to talk to us. Boogeyman. Do you think we have an issue identifying injuries and medical illnesses within our club? Do you think we have an issue or no?
No, I think the muscle fatigue is a well-known problem now, and pretty much all the team of Premier League should have a good medical team, and I don't think that's like Kasim had said. It's just his muscles just reach that state of exhaustion, and those stuff. It's just the movement, the flexibility, everything decreases, and when you force it, then you get injured. Problem with those type of injury is it looks like a small thing, but more you take a deeper rest or you take 2-3 days rest, then you notice that the gravity of your injury is just, that's the way it is. Nobody knows at the beginning, but more you take 2-3 days of treatment, then all the physio will notice that, oh shit, this is not really a small injuries, in fact, but it is a well-known phenomenon already. So I don't think Mason's problem is an issue. He been used a lot, and the kid is just the muscles kind of saying, okay, you need a break. Now you need a break. And the problem is that a small injury at the beginning you will not see it because he's a kid and he's just. But as soon as you take that break and the muscles memory start sinking in, the injury is really deeper than what we thought. But when it comes to Reece James, the fact that the player stopped near in the middle of a game just show you the gravity of it, because those guys, they don't want to lose their spot. If he's doing something like that, nobody has to tell us it was a small injury. It is a serious injury, and so they need to take time and fix it. And I don't think there's anybody in the medical team to blame for it. It's an injury. And the other thing I would like to say is, my way of thinking is Chelsea have a deep squad to be able to deal with Juventus without Mount, James, Kante, and the CP10, Christian Pulisic. So we should be able to handle a game without those players. I don't. If Tuchel, someone is. Okay, good.
No,
and if Tuchel is willing to use his squad, we have it. There's a 1, 2, 3 player that have shown something the last few games, And against with our starting 11, we seem to have problem the first half. Anyways, time to give a chance to another group of players to be able to handle that first half. I think with Juventus, we can still use. I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about the lineup later on, but I'm pretty sure we still have players that are in good physical condition that can trouble Juventus. So I'm not worried at all about those. If we had EPL game tomorrow, then I'll be worried a little. But against Juventus as good as they are, I think we have a good team right now that can handle them pretty good if the thing is right. I think we should be able to handle Juventus at this point. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Bobby, what's your thoughts on the whole injury situation?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I have to say, Chelsea, the way they handle injuries is very commendable. You know, we don't go moaning and bleating about it, and it doesn't even come to fans until, you know, the press conference of the manager. Juventus have a couple of players out, but we have very, very key players out as well. Mason Mount and Kante are huge players for us. As far as Kante is concerned, I mean, this is a super, super fit man, Mo. I don't know what underlying conditions he could possibly have, but it's quite likely that he had been hit by COVID when he was playing on Sunday, rather. And to detect it for a player like that, that's super fit, is quite difficult. You know, they might have symptoms, but they carry all sorts throughout the season, and he probably tried to shrug it off and see if he could manage, you know, tough it out, but it all became too much. You won't know somebody has COVID for sure until they're positively tested. And then, of course, we know what the precautions are. There's no sort of immediate thing that you can do to stop it. You just take your supplements, keep your temperature down, and ride it out. And, you know, I hope he recovers as soon as possible. But it knocks so much out of you that it will take him a while to be his old self, even after recovery. As far as Mason Mount is concerned, do you know what, guys? I don't even want to see Mount on a football pitch until after the international break. This kid has been overplayed. He's played twice.
Bobby, I want to interrupt you for 1 second. Do you? I understand after the international break. Yeah. Are you implying also that he should not be taken by the English squad?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely. It's the England squad that flogs him even more than the club. He's not needed that much. He's in the England squad. He's a key player, but you know there's enough to do without him for a couple of games. And the same with Chelsea. He's a major player, but we should have enough. The irritation I have is Christian Pulisic. He's not earning peanuts, that guy. The whole club is carrying, you know, his teammates are carrying him. He should be there fighting with his team for the club. All this constant injury. I know he can't help it, but if fitness is his problem, then perhaps we need to consider his wages. Is he really worth that? And he's wearing the number 10 shirt for what? That really irritates me, maybe wrongly, but it does. Another player that's beginning to irritate me is Saul. You know, we didn't bring you here to be a passenger, mate. You know, you're supposed to be here to give people like Jorginho and Kovačić some relief. Thankfully, they're not injured. And
he's not being paid peanuts, he's being paid money.
Exactly. Thankfully, they're not injured, but those guys need some backup. They need a bit of a break. And we've got this guy lounging around. He's not here to exercise himself. He's here to perform for the club, and that annoys me as well. Having said that, I've got a feeling, I know we'll talk later about the team, I've got a feeling that Tuchel will show some more faith in Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and another surprise he's going to pull out the bag is probably going to be Ross Barkley. But I know that's for a later discussion.
Oh, Bobby, you're making this interesting. You're making this interesting.
Well, it's meant to be, isn't it? You know, we've got a lot to go through in this pre-Champions League review. City have equalised. No, they haven't. Oh my God! Anyway, sorry, I'm just
No,
Bobby, I'm on delay, man. Come on, no commentary, please.
Okay.
Spoiler.
Brilliant. So yeah, injuries are going to be there. Reece James, I think, will be all right. I mean, his is quite clear cut, really. Does he need a rest? He didn't play that much over the summer, so his is just a clear sort of muscle ankle twist, which will be painful and take him a little while to get over. But the real biggies are Mount, who definitely needs rest. I agree with the guys in their analogy of what's happened to him when you're as fit as he is, and you get a little niggle, you think you can just rest for a little while, but it's the rest that amplifies it because all the adrenaline that keeps you going is reduced and it becomes a problem. So I think we should rest that guy, and I think the medical team are doing right to say he shouldn't come on. He shouldn't play. I don't have that much of an issue with the Chelsea medics. I think they've done considerably well.
The reason why I'm asking is because we saw some big injuries happen in Lampard's tenure, and I'm concerned that we're going to see that happen again under the Tuchel. So I'm going to bring in Couch Critic, but before I do, I want to say a big up to Mohammed. Mohammed, welcome to the stream. How are you? You good? You're on mute, Mo.
Hey, Mo.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm fine.
How are you, Mo?
Hi, everybody. I'm good.
Good. Mo, I'll bring you in. As soon as I hear from Couch Critic, I'll bring you in and get your thoughts on this injury problem.
Okay.
Couch, my man, listen. I know. I mean, I don't want to put you under the spot because you're North American and all that, but Pulisic is a man made out of glass.
You should add something like he doesn't look like a soccer player. Because I play soccer. He doesn't look like someone that plays.
Soccer player. I was going to address it to Boogeyman, but then I thought Boogeyman will just probably agree with me, and I wanted to get somebody who might disagree with me. So Pulisic made out of glass. What do you reckon?
I mean, we have this thing here in North America. I'm from Toronto. The Raptors won the title a couple of years ago with Kawhi Leonard. It's called load management. And what we mean by load management is you have to monitor the minutes and usage of certain players. And I think that when Tuchel came to Chelsea, they did talk about that with Conte and Pulisic in particular. They're talking about we have to monitor their minutes, we have to monitor their usage because their injury situation is something that can be chronic, right? So I mean Pulisic, it's a tough one, man. I don't know at this point in time if he can be somebody that can be relied on, in the squad because of how we need him. He's so important, but at the same time, the fact that he's always in and out of the lineup makes it very difficult for me to say, listen, we have to build a team around this guy. We have to utilize this guy effectively because. 1 minute he's in. I remember last year, wasn't there a game where he came out for the warm-up and felt something in his hamstring and it was like, I can't play? Those types of things you can't have at this level, man. Like this guy's, again, I'm not really that concerned about the money. It's just the usage, man. We have to have guys that we can rely on to play game in, game out, and if he's in one game and then out the next 4, he's not really showing his, his value to the team. So, I mean, I understand the load management thing, but with him, it just seems like we can't really find a schedule to keep him on that keeps him fit. I don't think that's down to the medical staff. I just think that's down to his, his physique, his physical nature. We had the same problem with Robben years ago. Where he couldn't stay fit. You see it with guys like guys like Gareth Bale.
Kovačić, Jorginho had issues. When I was talking about under Lampard's tenure, Jorginho and Kovačić, Kante, Ruben, Rudiger, Zuma. We had our fair share of injuries. I think Giroud was out for a little bit. Tammy. I'm just.
It's concerned. The muscle injuries, though, right? It's the muscle injuries that you're most worried about.
Yeah, ligaments and things of that nature. I'm I'm gonna get you to comment on Kante and Reece James, then I'll switch to Mohamed. But people in the chat, I will be opening the lines pretty soon. So if you want to jump on, get your comments ready, your questions ready, because shortly I will give you a chance to jump on. Tell me about Kante and James, man, and Mount.
I mean, with Kante, it's kind of weird though, because they did say that he had flu-like symptoms on the weekend, which is why he was not,
True.
He's subpar. So I was kind of wondering, like, I don't know what kind of testing you guys run over there, but like for most of the athletes here, they do testing every day before they even come to the facility, and the testing will tell you specifically what you have. Either you're clear or you're not, right? And if he's having flu-like symptoms and not showing, again, we don't know when he got it. So, like, I'm not going to speculate.
Same in England. They get tested all professionals get tested every day in England, also in EPL.
It just seems odd that, like, he'd have flu-like symptoms and then not test positive, and then a day later he has. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
Can I please just answer that about the testing?
Sure.
Yes, our athletes are constantly tested. Most people in most sort of what I would call exposed areas of working are given what you call a lateral flow device test,
yes,
which is a kit in which you test yourself. Some people daily, some people every 4 days as required. And I know footballers do this, but you can, especially if you're symptomatic, have a negative test with that. That is why when you're symptomatic, you then need to do the PCR test, which is the DNA test, which is the definitive test of COVID. And that could be what happened to Kante. I mean, I don't want to be presumptuous, but if he took a lateral flow test and was negative, as a lot of these fit guys could be, and he sort of said, I can play, and he's probably playing and feeling worse and worse, and maybe after the game or at halftime, the medics, felt him and said, mate, you've got a temperature, we need you to go and get a full test. Do you know what I mean? It's
right.
Easily done. It's not ideal, because my concern is if he was positive, we don't know whether the rest of the team has been vaccinated. That question was put to Tuchel, and he said, well, he has, but the others, it's down to their right of choice. So who knows out of who of them have been vaccinated? And then that means, are we going to have a spate of COVID positives throughout the team? I don't know. Some players have had it already, so they're probably a bit immune. People like Havertz. But it's going to be an interesting few weeks for us.
Precisely where I was going to go with that, Bobby. Just the idea that, like, we don't know if, like, his positive test is going to have some adverse effects on some of the other members of the squad just through contact and whatnot. But I mean, we can't really legislate for that at this point. It's happened, and we just we deal with the consequences, and we live with it. Okay, I should probably take this, but why don't we let Mohammed jump in, and I'll come back.
I'll be mowing. I'll be mowing. Take the call. Before I bring Mo, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, people. The link is gonna be posted to the chat, and it's on the pinned comment. So get yourselves clicking on that link, and I'll bring you in after we get Mo's perspective on the injury issue. So we'll have 10 minutes for you guys to come in and give me your thoughts and opinions on the game tomorrow. Mohammed, Boogeyman. Mohammed.
Sorry, I was watching the Manchester City game, and someone did something stupid, and I commented.
Have your mic on mute, man, because I heard what you said. No, Mohammed, mate. Chelsea have 4 players out on injury. 1 COVID, 1 long-term injury, Pulisic. Reece James looks like he'll be back in about a week. And Mason Mount, he's got an injury that was supposed to be a niggle. He'll be out for a couple of days, and now he's out for a week. And we're not sure what his situation is. Bobby believes that it's fatigue. Kasim concurs. I think the man has been overplayed, and I think to do right by him, we knew we should be resting him. I know a lot of people think that Mason Mount should be played all the time, but I think if you really want to see the best of Mason Mount, you need to give him time to recuperate and to get his energy back, because as a young player, being played like that is not going to have a good effect on his body, on his mentality and mindset. But I want to know what you think more. So give me your opinion on this injury situation.
First of all, thank you for having me, and hi to everyone
Pleasure.
in the panel. For me, I think it's a blessing as well as a curse. I know we need him, but personally, I think Mount, this is the best thing that happened for him. He need to be treated with care and nursed properly. Because the reason why I'm saying this, do you remember after Arsenal went invincible, Robert Perez that year played, I think, nearly 60-something games for club and country. And then he had an injury, impact injury. And Arsene Wenger said it was fatigue that made it worse. And he was out for 4 months. And Chelsea won the league.
Yeah.
Okay. Chelsea won the league, and he was the best player. I think he was the player of the season the year they won they went invincible. Robert Perez. This has happened before to players.
He was a crucial player for them.
Yeah, they lost him for 4 months or 6 months. Okay, and they couldn't replace him. And they signed, So, sometimes injury can be a blessing and a curse as well. I believe he need a rest. I just hope they don't rush him. And for the team, for me personally, I hope Tuchel learn from this, because when Tuchel was in PSG, he used to rotate. Sometimes he will bring in youth players to play for established players. That's why even last season, if you remember, they signed Moise Kean to help with attack. Sometimes Mbappe will take a rest, sometimes Neymar. And before that, they have Eric Choupo-Moting. Those are not superstars. But at Chelsea, he's reluctant to change certain players. It doesn't give certain. So for me, what does that create? It creates a problem where you overplay players. There are certain players in our team that are overplayed. The bench is not like the bench. It's not like, okay, the bench is I can't say, the players on the bench, they're as good as the ones that are playing. No, that's not the case. But what is the case? If you remember, even Jose Mourinho used to play Sean Wright Phillips some games. Some games he will play high and good, either good Johnson. You got to rotate. You got to give everybody minutes. Because if not that, this is what happened. Reece James is injured. Last year, Lampard did it. Remember, Reece James was injured. Chilwell was injured. He fell out with Alonso. I think Thiago Silva was injured. Zuma wasn't fit. And we went to Arsenal. What happened? We lost 3-1. And fit players were on the bench. He didn't give them chance. And what ended up happening, those fit players, they never got match fitness. Because of they're not match fit, when you put them in the match, they're not going to be good players. They can't play. You can't have a professional player sitting on the bench for 5 games and you put them in, you expect them to play. Like right now, everybody is talking about Ruben. You know I'm a big Ruben fan. But I don't believe he should play 90 minutes. He's still recovering. He will be good for 60 minutes and take him out, put somebody else in.
He played a whole year at Fulham, man, recovering.
No, I know that. But what I mean, now he's recovered. This when you have certain injury issue, even like Pulisic, that's why I don't believe Pulisic. If you check Bayern Munich managed Ian Ruben. He played for them for 11 seasons. You know what they used to do? After 60, 65 minutes, they get him out. Okay.
Mohammed, I see the point you're trying to make. It's not really recovery from the injury per se, but it's being match fit. He, like the couch critic said, he had a whole season in Fulham. Yes, and he was match fit in Fulham. Then the season finished. Then there was a gap, holiday, vacation, pre-season. We're back in. He's not played much football since the season started. I mean, he had a couple of games in pre-season, but then he hasn't really played much since then. So is he match fit? I would say probably not 100%. I would say like maybe 70%, 60%. But Ruben Loftus-Cheek on 60% can still provide. And this is the shocker. This is the shocker for me And Bobby said this, but this is the shocker for me. Ruben Loftus-Cheek on 60% is still better than Saul on 100%.
That's what I was coming to say. Like you have.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I was gonna say. You have to play him 60 minutes, 65, 75 slowly. Okay, when you pretty confident he can do 90 minutes like every once a week, you're good. And then even that, nothing wrong with giving him rest sometimes. Like let's say Kante or let's say Mason Mount. Okay, don't play him for 90 minutes if you have Ruben on the bench. Don't play Ruben for 90 minutes if you have Mount on the pitch. Just take them out. There are certain players that are injured they're important, and also they like even Pulisic and them law. They can easily have injuries. You take them out. Bayern Munich does that with Kingsley Coman. You see, even like Leroy Sané, he doesn't do 90 minutes often. Bayern Munich is the best example of managing injury-prone players. That's why they always sign players when they're injured because they got them for discount. Leroy Sané was injured when they signed him from Man City.
I tend to disagree, though.
No, they don't do it all the time, but they manage injured players very well, Bayern Munich. You think Kingsley Coman at Juventus, he was injury-prone. And Bayern Munich signed him. He's always injury-prone, but he plays like at least 25 games a season. I mean, sometimes I don't.
Mohamed, I don't think that's the club. I think that's the manager, because
yeah, it's the manager. I'm not talking about the club. I think the managers. That's managers, yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult to say because like we're trying to win and compete everywhere, right? Like
yes.
And who does the manager trust? Who does the manager trust to give minutes to in big vital games? Right?
That also, and the other thing is this is EPL, Bundesliga. They're not the same league, and Bayern kind of dominate the Bundesliga. And listen, you can take that risk of not playing Conan, or whatever his name is. You can take the risk to take Arjen Robben out. You can Bayern will still dominate that game and win it anyways. So it's different contest here. If
look at City. Sorry, Boogeyman. Look at City. Pep does it a lot as well.
Yeah, but Pep has a lot of injuries all the time. Like Kevin De Bruyne is pretty much injury prone. Is already sitting out. And
exactly.
And
that's what I mean. He does it a lot as well. That's what I mean. He does it a lot. It's not because he's not going to avoid injuries. He's not going to avoid injuries.
I understand the fact that
he gives you a chance.
I understand the fact that Tuchel has. He took the team 6 months last season, and so he said that the reason why I'm not rotating is because I have 6 months, and I think these guys can handle the 6 months. Now he's going for a full season. He needs to find a better way to give a chance and get everybody fit. But I think that's my humble opinion. But I think Loftus-Cheek should be handled at least 90 minutes a couple of times. That guy should need now to start playing 90 minutes, not 60 minutes, because we need him to be fit, and we need him to be like when I saw a football sheet and I saw Loftus-Cheek playing with Kovačić or Loftus-Cheek with Jorginho. I don't want to feel like, okay, the team is not at the full potential. I just want to see, okay, Loftus-Cheek is today. Let's go for it. So he needs to play at least a couple of a really important game and play the full 90. So that's what I'm expecting for him, and then that's what I would like him to see him to do. If he's injured during that, so be it. That's his fault. He's not ready then. So at this point, we need everybody to pull up their sleeve and handle the pressure and handle the physicality of it.
You know the thing is though, Boogie? You know the thing is, and I agree with you, but like what we still need to have happen is these guys that are on the squad have to, when they're given the opportunity, have to take the opportunity. So when they're playing in these cup games, they have to give the manager something to think about.
Yeah, but we're not there anymore.
I
understand what you're trying to say. Sorry,
if they're not giving if they're not giving the manager something to think about, like say for instance, Saul Niguez is not really entering into Thomas Tuchel's thoughts, in my opinion, then what happens is we have to overuse the guys that we are dependent on. You know what I mean? So it's not just about him rotating the squad. It's about him having a squad that are competing at the level that we need them to compete at, game in, game out. And that's
what you say is valid, yeah. But the thing is, we passed that way of thinking already, because we have what? N'Golo Kante, that is already 60% most of the time when he is playing. Mount now is injured. Like it's not like we all say. He is injured. He needs at least a month of break. And who else? Jorginho, last time, I think it was Bobby that first said that Jorginho is playing with a strap on his knees or
He's
whatever.
got a knock. Yeah, he's got a knock.
And then Jorginho play again. We already passed that idea of some people earning their place. Like Tuchel has seen them at the training and keep them as part of the team. Now he needs to flood them on the field. They need to play now. And because our score, those that are winners the Champions League last season, they're pretty much falling like flies now. So he needs to put the Loftus Cheek. He needs to give some bring confidence to Chilwell. He needs to bring all those people like Barkley. He's talented. He needs to like.
I hear you, but like you're calling guys that
all of them and put them in play.
You said Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I agree with you. He needs to get those minutes, but they have to earn his trust.
We're going to be talking.
I think they already earned it.
We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking about minutes. We're going to be talking about minutes. We're going to be talking about minutes in the next game, the Champions League group stage clash with Juventus. We're going to be talking about that in the next couple of minutes. Eric Blue, welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I'm doing all right.
What's up,
brother?
How are you, Eric? You all right?
We're good.
Yeah.
Eric, did you see my intro?
No, I missed it. I missed the
You
intro.
missed it.
It's cool.
Hey, listen,
It's cool.
I put a fantastic clip of you in the beginning of the intro, so you, make sure you get a chance to watch that again. For the Champions League one, because I've made a couple of variations. This is the Champions League one. There's the regular one. I still got to add Mohammed to the stream, and I just remembered that I haven't put Alex in my stream. But you know what? It's easy to forget Alex when he's always not here. But Alex, I understand, mate. No worries, mate. No worries. I mean, Alex is one of the OGs when it comes to my streams. He's been here from the beginning. So big up to you. Do what you got to do, and we'll see you probably in the post match.
My partner in crime. He used to support me all the time.
Yeah. Alex is OG. Alex is OG. Now, talking about giving minutes. It's all about this. So let's see who's going to be given minutes tomorrow. As far as we're concerned, in respect to who's Tuchel going to pick, lads. I'll emphasize again. This is not who we want to see playing. This is not what we think should be happening. This is what we think Tuchel is going to be picking. Now, last time out, we predicted, rightly so, that he was going to play 3 holding midfielders, and he did. Didn't work out, but we thought he was going to do it, and he did do it. In respect to this game, what formation do you guys think he's going to go with?
Tried and tested, man. 3-4-3.
Yeah. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he will not make the same mistake. He will stick to his system now.
I wouldn't.
Are we doing this variation, or are we doing this variation? Sorry, one second. This variation. Is it this one, or is it this one?
No.
This one.
Oh, I think it might be 2 up top, actually.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
I think it's I think that's right.
Let's have a vote. Bobby, 1-2 or 2-1?
I'm tempted to say 1-2, but I think he will do 2-1.
Okay. Mo?
I think, Juventus are going to do one of 2 things. Either depend on their old school defenders because they rested Chiellini for this game and Bonucci to play a rear guard, or they will try and press us high up.
Bobby, hold on for a second. Let's just freeze the formation for a second. I have been doing some research, and it's light research. I can't say I'm an expert. I can't say I'm, but I've been doing some light research, and I'll be honest. I've watched the last 3 games, 2 games. I watched the last 2 games and highlights of one in respect to Juventus. And I'll tell you something, their defense does not impress me. They shipped 4 goals in the last 2 games.
Yeah, they're very poor, Mo. They're very poor.
Yeah, they won 3-2 each game, but they shipped 4 goals. And to be fair, there weren't no 4 fantastic goals, man. And it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. So their defense does not impress me. Yes, they've got big names, and they're playing Pinucci and De Ligt at the moment. They're the two main centre backs, but they don't impress me. So Bobby, you're spot on, mate. This is probably the way we're gonna go, because having 3 men up front rather than 2 with 1 behind them will cause them more problems. But I'm going to ask everyone. So Bobby said 2-1. Mohammed, what do you think?
2-1.
2-1. Eric?
1-2.
Eric is 1-2. Always has to be the opposite. All right, let's continue.
Sorry, 2-1. Sorry, that was a mistake. Yeah, 2-1.
I'm joking. No, if you wanted 1-2.
No. Yeah, I wanted 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. Yeah. That's right.
Okay. Couch.
I was gonna say 1-2, but it seems like everyone's gonna go 2-1, so I'm gonna go there too.
Make your case. You might change some minds. Make your case.
Well, 2-1, just because I don't think that we saw enough of like Werner and Lukaku, and I still think that Havertz will play in behind. I still don't think that the guys like Ziyech, Sal Niguez, Callum Hudson-Odoi, they haven't really earned the trust of Tuchel yet, so I don't know how we're going to play with 2 10s if we don't have Mason Mount. So we'll see. I don't know. I think it's going to be 2 though.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, last time we had Lukaku and Werner, they didn't have that linking player, the 10. So,
Exactly.
So maybe maybe it could happen. Kasim.
2-1.
Boogeyman.
Hey, 2-1.
2-1.
1-2 is just make no sense at this one.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's pick.
Mo, can I just add something? Can I say something more?
Yes, you can.
I think it's not just. I don't know if people know that or not. I know Morata and Dybala's out, but I heard as well Rabiot used to play for PSG out, and Arthur used to play for Barcelona. He's out as well. So they
both trained.
crucial
They both
out.
trained today.
Yeah, I won't believe more than Morata and Dybala. The rest is just...
Rabiot and Arthur are back, so
Yeah.
I don't know
They both
what you're
trained.
saying.
Okay. To be honest, I think Morata and Dybala are probably the most likely that we're going to feel and we're going to miss, or they're going to feel and they're going to miss. I think the others they have replacements for, but Dybala and Morata will be hard to replace. I mean, yes, they've got Chiesa, yes, they've got others, but I think they depend on them in their setup. But let's focus on ours, because we've got our own problems. We've got our own problems in the team. I'm going to assume we're going to go with Mendy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see if this is
Absolutely.
Let's go 2000.
Absolutely. This isn't a game to mess around.
Yeah, your question scared me, man.
No. It's not. I'm asking you. It's not.
Yeah, please don't. We're not in the right mental position right now to guess who is going to be in the goal. Like, it's Mendy, or I'm not even watching that game.
What about Bettinelli?
He's in the squad. So.
I don't even know him. Is he like? Does he have all his documents? You haven't been in England? I don't even know who that guy is.
But this is where your talk of Tuchel using the squad matters. I think he needs to find a cup game to exercise that guy, because he's going to be important for us that he's capable when the time comes.
Yeah, I keep saying it. If you don't play these players, like if you don't give them 10, 15 minutes in the leagues and whatever, the day we have like 5, 6 injury, you have to play them. It's going to be a disaster. So, I mean, you have to use all your squad.
Yep.
You have to use your squad.
Lads, we always have a problem when we come to pick our right wing back and our right centre back. But I think today it's going to be a little bit easier. Because there's no Reece James.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have an option. The option is Callum or Aspi. And I want to pick this position before we do the centre backs, because it's going to have an impact on the centre backs. So do you guys think we're going to have Callum or Aspi? And by the way, I'm having some lagging issues when it comes to the footways, so bear with me. So who is it going to be, Callum or Aspi in this position?
Aspi. Callum can come off the bench if needed. It's got to be Aspi.
Right.
Experience.
Do you guys agree?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Callum will start. I've got a feeling Callum will start.
He won't.
Against Juventus in this
he won't.
position.
If he starts, I don't think he will be in that position. I don't think Tuchel is going to risk it again.
We're playing Turin. I don't think Callum will start this game.
No.
Let me just put it this way.
Agreed.
Yeah, man.
No, that's what I mean. I know, but if he's going to start, not in that position.
Yeah, he'll start. If he starts up front, but he's not starting at wing back in a game like this.
Okay, so we're going to have Aspi there. Now, I'm going to assume you want Chalobah to start here.
Where?
Christensen for me.
Winston's back. Christensen?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got Christensen.
Thiago is not 100%.
He's gonna play.
Yeah, it's not 100%.
What do you mean he's not 100%? He's not carrying
He's in the squad, yeah?
He wasn't 100% even last game. He's in the squad, but Tuchel say he's not 100%.
When did he say that? He never mentioned.
You remember? He said it. No, before if you go on the Chelsea website, go on the Chelsea website. It's there before the match, before the City match. That's what he said.
Kasim, Mo.
So
can you move to another position? I need to check that. Whatever Mohammed has said. Just give me 2 seconds. I need to check that. You say on the Chelsea official website?
Yeah. Tuchel.
The
fifth stand before the City game. They asked him why Thiago is not start. He said Thiago is struggling.
Before City game or before
the
Juventus?
match.
No, forget that then.
No, before the kickoff. No, before the City kickoff.
The only concern I have is
that's when they were on the pitch side. No, that's why it said he wasn't going to use him. But because of Reece James went down, that's why he ended up using
forget it.
Thiago starts. He can rest for Southampton.
I thought you said tomorrow.
No, he starts. He's got to start this sort of
game. Forget this, man. He's got to start. He's from the Serie A anyway. So,
guys, I'm just filling in the positions that I think are less controversial. But
just went ahead and filled them in while we were arguing, eh?
No, listen. Before we carry on, do you guys think that there is a possibility that Ruben will start this game?
Yes.
Listen.
Yes, I do.
There's a possibility, yeah, but my concern is I don't want to see Jorginho, Kovacic, and Ruben. Then we will end up playing 2 strikers up front.
I have a strong feeling that Ruben might start for Kovacic even.
Oh, with Kovacic or for Kovacic?
No, for Kovacic.
Oh, okay.
Because there's Locatelli and I've forgotten the name, Banoselli, whatever his name of the other guy.
Betancourt.
Yeah, in midfield for Juventus. Now they're not good. I'm not sure how they'll react to the press. I think we can press them out of contention, but we need some physicality because of them. And not only does Ruben give us physicality, but he's a ball player. He's fast and he's offensive as well as defensive. I think we've got to. I mean, Boogeyman was saying we've got to try give him 90 minutes. I agree. This could be his 90 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see something like a Jorginho and Ruben start. Really. It wouldn't worry me.
If I can just say this, Boogie, like even if we did play with the 3 midfielders and Ruben is one of those 3, as opposed to kind of like what we saw the other day.
Yeah,
Ruben doesn't play like those other guys. Exactly.
Yeah.
He can get forward. He's more of a logical number 10 anyway. So even if he does start with the midfield 3, he'd give you something different than what we saw at the weekend. 100%.
I don't think you guys understand what happened on the weekend. The problem is we have 3 midfielders sharing 2 positions on the field. They're pretty much playing that deep line and they know opening the game properly. So in
Boogeyman, the
Tuchel's
problem
system,
was the box-to-box midfielder was sick. That's the problem, and a lot of the workload went on a injury carrying Jorginho and an exhausted Kovacic. You could see Kovacic was tired. There was a time he stopped running, which is very unlike him. So it wasn't so much that we had three midfielders, it's just that we had three unfit midfielders. And that's why when Ruben came on, everything changed. Because he was fit, he was mobile, he was dribbling, he was tackling, he was passing, he was striking. I think we could do that with him. I don't know if he will, but I think we can do that.
I mean, if what Bobby says is true, then I'd rather have Ruben starting with one of our midfielders, like either Kovacic or Jorginho. I don't know who is more injured or who is 60 or less than.
I think Jorginho, being Italian, having a lot of experience in the Serie A, will probably start, and I think Loftus-Cheek will be next to him. And you see, this is my concern. Well, it's not really a concern. It's actually I don't know, something that I'm actually quite happy to see. Ruben Loftus-Cheek being considered over Saul Niguez. Brilliant. Because
I said this.
If anyone deserves another crack at the career, then it's Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I think Saul Niguez had to bite at that cherry, and he really didn't.
I wouldn't mind seeing Louis Baker in front of Saul Niguez.
Yeah, right.
No, Boogeyman, you're right though. People are underestimating that kid.
Nah, man.
Believe me.
That guy ain't it.
You guys will not like to hear this. Okay, you know what happened to Saul Niguez? He started playing at the age of 16. By 18, 19, he break into the Atletico Madrid team. He just remind me of Dele Alli. What happened to Dele Alli? The last 2 seasons, Saul Miguel has had one of the worst time of his career. And Chelsea fans think that he's going to come to the Premier League and revive his career. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. Forget it.
But Louis Baker isn't the player to put in there.
Louis Baker is not it.
He will do better than Saul. Believe me, Louis Baker will do even better than Ross Barkley.
Wasn't Louis Baker our center back in the preseason?
He was, yeah.
Yes, he was.
Come on now.
He was. Now he's a
And actually, he was really good at that position. What I saw.
You know, this is the same thing Chelsea fans said about Ruben. You remember when Ruben came back? It's not gonna be. You guys let me tell you one thing about Chelsea academy players. Okay, they are trained to play 3 or 4 positions since they were 12, 15. These kids are good. All they want is a chance. You give them a chance, they will prove you wrong. To be honest with you, you give them a chance.
Yeah. Anyway, he's not in the squad. He's not in the squad. He did not get on the plane.
Couldn't even make Ipswich, man.
Oh, Louis Baker's not in the squad. Wow.
Not in the squad that went to Turin this evening.
Okay.
All right. So Loftus-Cheek or Kovacic possibly. So this is a position that is it could go either way, and I think this position here, we could see Christensen here, we could see Chalobah here, if Thiago Silva isn't fit, but if they're fit, then they're playing. Now, in regards to Marcos Alonso is going to be facing some pace on that side. Chiesa and what's that guy called? The Colombian guy who used to play for us? Cuadrado. All right, so there is a lot of pace on that right hand side from Juventus' way. Now, yes, we've got Rudiger who's able to show up the defense, but is there a case to be made for Ben?
Yes.
For Ben Chilwell?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, Ben Chilwell chose to start that game, I think. Alonso was off, like I said.
Yeah? So we're going for Ben Chilwell? All right. I'm glad. I thought I'd have to work harder to convince you guys, but no, that'll do. All right, where is he? Ben Chilwell. There we go.
To be honest, I would have argued for Alonso, but I'm not really in the mood right now for Alonso or anything, so I will just keep it quiet.
I know.
I'm just thinking about it from the
Let it go
perspective
today,
of
Boogeyman. Let it go today, mate.
Wednesday, Saturday. If you're gonna play Wednesday, Saturday, you're probably gonna want Alonso back at the weekend against Southampton more so than you want him playing against Juventus.
Be right game for him as well, Couch. Yeah, Southampton be right game for Alonso, I think.
Yeah.
No. Liverpool will kill him. Don't even try
That's
that.
true too. That's true too. Good point. That's a good point. That is a good point.
Isn't he injured?
Liverpool.
I hope so.
Yeah. I heard it's got illegal. I heard, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I heard it somewhere. I read it somewhere. And I hope it's true. But I hope it's just illegal that keeps him away just for Saturday. But anyway, listen. This is the juicy bit. This is the juicy bit because there is only there's 4, but realistically it's only 3 that will be chosen, because you could say Timo Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, and Callum. But I think Callum will not be picked over Ziyech, Havertz, and Werner, unless you guys think otherwise.
I think otherwise. Let me just put it this way. I think it will be Callum, Lukaku, and Havertz.
Callum, Lukaku, and Havertz.
Yeah.
That would be tasty, actually.
Boogeyman, I have the feeling too. I have a feeling he might, because he's giving all the other one chance at the forward line. They have not done anything with it.
Are we doing Callum on the left? Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to play left all the time, right? He already said that, anyways. Or I heard people say.
Are we still going on what we think Tuchel's going to do? Because I don't think he's going to do that. I would like.
I know. I'm thinking what Tuchel's going to do. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, me too.
All right, hold on. I'm just gonna have a look here on the screen, see if it looks good. It looks good. All right.
I think, guys, Callum or
Kasim. Slow down. Kasim, give me your top 3. I mean, Lukaku is set, but give me your other 2. Who do you want to see, or who do you think Tuchel will have playing tomorrow?
Yeah, but that's what I was saying in the beginning, guys. I think Callum gonna start that game, and I think the like of Callum or Werner, they go to start because the back 4 is very slow. So I'm gonna go with Lukaku, Callum, and Havertz. I agree with that. Yeah.
Lukaku, Callum, and Havertz. All right. Bobby, you're on mute.
I would actually go for. I was going to have Lukaku on the bench, but I know that's just wishful thinking. But I will go for. I will go for Lukaku, Havertz, and Werner.
Lukaku, Havertz, and Werner.
That's the move.
Lukaku, Havertz, and Werner. Oh, yeah. Werner and Havertz. Yeah, why not? All right, let's. Timo. All right. Okay, so
that's going to cause them a lot of problems. A lot.
100%.
Yeah.
Lots of pace.
To be honest, yeah, that's what I was going to say. The pace. They don't like pace. Watching the last couple of games, they don't do well with pace, especially Bonucci.
No. The back 4 is.
I still don't think. I still don't. I mean, Lukaku, Werner, and Havertz will create a lot of problem. A lot of the defender can be really exhausted and all those things. But when it comes to goals, that's my problem, because Werner is not going to score. Lukaku, when we're not dominating the game, he just doesn't seem to do well. So I don't think the combination Werner and Lukaku at this point should be prioritized. I think Callum should enter the position, because at least we know he will cut in and shoot, and all those things. And so I think Werner and Lukaku together now is not something that get me excited at all, because I've seen their limitation. None of them can control the ball. Werner cannot control the ball back to the opposite defense. So I have problems with that.
We haven't seen Werner and Lukaku with a player that is able to link him. with this, we will have that with Havertz.
Okay. So Havertz will link both. You think?
Oh
No,
yeah, absolutely.
He will link the attack with the midfield.
You guys talk like you haven't played football.
Boogeyman,
What?
I'm coming to you.
Boogeyman, he's not a link. He's not a number 10.
I'm coming to you. Boogeyman. I'm coming
Sorry.
to you.
Let me mute. Sorry.
Let me hear from Mohammed, and then we'll get to you. Mo.
I think if you play Kai Havertz and Werner and Lukaku, who is the Kai? Don't, let's be honest with you. Even if you go and watch Leverkusen when Kai was scoring those goals, Kai is not assist crazy. He looked for chance to score first. Assist is second nature to him. So I don't understand why Chelsea got this. Chelsea fans thinking he's a linker. He doesn't link. He linked for people to give him back the ball. So I think you got to play somebody. Werner can link, but he's useless at every other thing. But he doesn't hold the ball up as well. So I think he will be Callum, Lukaku, and Kai.
Callum, Lukaku, and Kai. All right, because Callum is gonna do what that Werner doesn't do.
Yes.
What's
Werner cannot defend. Right. Look at Werner against City. He lost 8 balls. That's why we were constantly under attack. Each time they give him the ball, he loses it. You nudge him, you get the ball. You nudge him, you get the ball. Okay. People are blaming the midfield, but that match, it was more like Werner was part of the reason as well.
Lukaku too. Don't blame Werner.
No, I'm not saying Lukaku didn't do it.
Lukaku first control.
Boogeyman, I'm coming to you.
Yeah, Boogie. You remember Lukaku was given 4 balls. First one, he messed up. The other 3, he rolled the defenders. And then what City did, they put Rodri in front of him. So no ball. So they push us to give the ball to Werner. And Werner didn't control 1. 8 ball. He didn't control a single one.
It's not his game though, right?
Mohammed.
Thank you very much.
Don't address anything to Boogeyman because he's going to have to respond, and he can't because he's waiting for his turn. So don't address nothing to him. Boogeyman, I'm coming to you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do this. Boogeyman, you're down here. All right, Eric, you're going last now. Go on, Boogeyman. Go on. Take it away, Boogeyman. Take it away.
My issue is this. So Werner is always looking for space to run into, right? So his mindset is not to control a ball and actually find someone and pass. His mindset is run. So it's difficult for someone in that mindset to actually think about controlling and pass to Lukaku. Lukaku first touches are one of the worst of the league. Let me just put it out there. People may disagree with me. With his size, if Lukaku cannot pass the ball with his head, his chest, and his feet, Lukaku always uses his physics. And if the first control, the ball didn't stick with Lukaku, then he's just there trying to push people that don't even care about him. The ball is not there. Why would we stick with you? That's the same thing that happened with him with Ruben Diaz. Most of the time, Lukaku spend more time pushing Ruben instead of take control of that ball first. Control that ball and use your hand to push everybody and pass the ball or do something else. Lukaku can't do it. So that's why I keep saying against a team that we're not going to dominate, that link Lukaku-Werner should not be starting. At least should not start. Werner can come in later on. If I will even, like when Bobby said I was going to say Lukaku should not start, I was in that mindset, but I gave it up fast because Lukaku...
Hold on.
Yeah, sorry.
Boogeyman, so you don't want to see Werner, you don't think Werner's going to start tomorrow?
I would love Werner to be there by Lukaku on the bench, but with all the injury we have, I don't think it is a possibility. The thing is, Lukaku and Werner cannot play against a team that love the ball or a team that might dominate us, because Werner is always in that mindset.
One of the most prolific goal scorers from Serie A has come to Chelsea, and he's going to be, and you want to have him on the bench when we're going back to Italy.
Yeah, but that's why we should have bought Lukaku for Lautaro Martinez. If we buy those two, then I'll tell
you. Boogeyman. We're talking about the game tomorrow, man. We're not talking about what ifs and buts and whatever.
Okay, tomorrow. Sorry. I was just trying to throw some shade on him, but it's not what I'm... Listen, my point, the point I'm trying to make is simple. Lukaku, as that entity, Lukaku needs a good ball player to be able to play two striker against a good team. Because Lukaku control are one of the worst. That's all. That first touches are not good, and nobody going to give me that much time. So Werner is worse. Yeah.
You want me to take out Lukaku and put in Timo Werner for tomorrow's game? You think that's what Tuchel is going to do?
No. What Tuchel is going to do tomorrow is going to be Lukaku, Hudson-Odoi, and Kai, because Hudson-Odoi can control the ball.
All right,
and his first touches are not worse.
Perfect. That is what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pick a team for tomorrow's game. So you agree? Callum, Havertz, Callum Werner. You say Callum and Werner?
No. Callum, Lukaku, and Havertz. But
brilliant.
I will argue for Werner to take that Lukaku position. But it's not going to happen. I know
that's not going to happen. Yeah. But you would rather have that in tomorrow's
game.
Yeah,
if I was to pick a team for me tomorrow, Lukaku will be sitting.
Sure. Okay. All right. Couch.
Oh man, I've been biting my tongue, holding back this whole time. Okay, I'm ready now, man. Ready now.
Come on.
Okay, first of all, can we all agree that this is a vital match for Chelsea tomorrow? We have to get 3 points. Can we all agree that?
It's an important game, but if we don't win, it's not a disaster.
I'll say yes.
I say it's a big game because top of the table, top of the group is at stake right now. They're already at top. We need to get maximum points here. We need to assert our dominance. That's my opinion, at least. With that in mind, do you honestly think that Thomas Tuchel is going to be playing Callum Hudson-Odoi, who hasn't started in that position for him at all, is going to start in that position tomorrow? I don't think so. I think he's going to go with what he knows he can get out of. He's going to put Werner, he's going to put Havertz, and he's going to put Lukaku. Those are the three guys because he trusts them. He understands what he's going to get from them, and that's the way he's going to build this team. I have nothing more to say about it. That's what I think is going to happen.
Do you know something? I agree that that's what he should do. Lukaku, Werner, and Havertz. I agree that's what he should do. But do you know what he's going to do? He's going to go Werner, Lukaku, and Ziyech. He always picks Ziyech. He always picks Ziyech for the Champions League fixtures, especially the big ones, and he likes to play him with Werner. And we've seen Ziyech.
And you know what else? You know what else to take in consideration too? Set pieces. Like who's taking set pieces with that lineup there?
Yeah,
I think you're right. I'm going to go with Ziyech.
No Mason Mount, not Alonso. No Mason Mount, no.
I'm going to go with Ziyech. I feel you.
Yeah. Okay, Eric Blue. Let me hear it. Eric Blue is probably watching the football right now. All right. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
I was muted. Sorry. What exactly are we arguing? I'm just curious.
We're not arguing. We're picking the top three players in the team, attackers.
Right. Okay. I'm not in. I wanted to say earlier that 3-5-2 wasn't the best formation for that match, but I don't think we lost because of the formation. So I just wanted to put that out. We can play with a two-man front line. We can go with 3. Cho will not play on the left because Tuchel doesn't trust him there. We have seen, you have enough evidence to suggest that Tuchel won't play him there. He's more likely to play as a wing back. So I think it has to be Mount, maybe Mount and Havertz.
Oh, hold on.
Well,
Where have you been, Eric? Mount is injured.
He's injured.
Yeah, Eric,
is he still injured? I didn't
are you
even.
From Moon? Are you coming from Moon?
I haven't been up to this. Sorry. Okay, so Mount is still out. Okay, so I haven't even seen the pre-match. Okay, so I'll put Werner then. Yeah, it has to be Werner and Havertz. We have to play a different way. Like Bob Boogeyman was saying. Even though I disagree with him, I don't think Lukaku is bad with the ball. I don't think he has a bad first touch. It's not as consistent as we want it to be every time, but it's much better than Werner. And if we have those two people playing together, we have to play a different way. So you can't expect Werner to hold up the ball. We have to play a different way to get the best out of our players. So that's what I would go with myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think against Juventus we need pace?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, Pinucci, Delict, they hate pace. They get turned around. Whenever they get a nippy winger or a nippy attacker, they have issues. They have problems. Listen, people. So this is the formation and the lineup that we have chosen. Mendy in goal, Rudiger on the left, Thiago in the centre, and Christensen on the right. We could see a change with these guys depending on if Thiago Silva is 100% fit. Azpilicueta is to be our right wing back, Chilwell left wing back, and we believe that Loftus-Cheek could start, Kovačić could start, but it's possible to go either way. But Jorginho will definitely start from what we believe. Lukaku will be starting tomorrow, hopefully, unless Boogeyman gets his way with Tuchel and he'll be on the bench and Werner will be starting, but I think it won't be happening. I personally believe, and Couch Critic agrees with me, that Hakim Ziyech could be in this position tomorrow. Either way, Hakim Ziyech or Havertz in this position wouldn't be too bad. But I do believe that the consensus is on Timo Werner to be starting here. If not, then Callum Hudson-Odoi for the pace. That is the team that we have picked. And we think will be starting tomorrow.
Can I suggest something crazy?
Yes.
What about Werner position, Ross Barkley?
That's crazy. That is crazy. You're right. That is crazy.
You know what? Let me just do this, and then we'll have a look at it, and then realize how crazy it is. All right. So this is what we're looking at.
The man's getting 80, coming on the 80th minute mark in a cup game. Like, he's not starting in the Champions League against Juventus when we need 3 points. It's just not going to happen, fellas.
But he has the same profile as Mount.
I wouldn't say so.
No, good.
No, I don't think
Mount,
so.
Mount is a way more responsible defensively. He can play that number 8, number 10.
But did
and
you
be
see
responsible.
the tackle that Barkley did the last time?
Yeah, one tackle, sure. But that's not really his skill set. Let's be honest.
Can you just show some respect to?
I think, guys, can I just say
Well,
something?
guy barely made the squad, man. He barely got a number, man. Like, you kidding me?
I think Ross Barkley is very good player. He just isn't consistent and he's not responsible. That's all. I think he's a good player, but he's not consistent. When he goes
to the guy that doesn't
like talented player but has no discipline.
Discipline.
Yes,
with no discipline.
I agree, Mo. I agree. That's it. That's the right word. Choose it. He's not disciplined. I think he's a good player.
But I still think
he's a
Ross
street
Barkley will
baller.
do a better job.
He play like when you're playing outside with your friends. That's how Ross Barkley play in the pitch. He doesn't track back. He doesn't,
But I still think Ross Barkley instead of Werner, or at least Hudson-Odoi, because Barkley is like a chicken without head, man. Just keep running. Werner, just keep running. I don't care anymore about Timo Werner. We need people that can create chances for Lukaku to score.
Boogeyman, seriously, no joke,
chances,
but right now I have this vision in my head with a chicken running around the street with no head. And
sorry to bring that in your head, man.
It's not nice. No, listen, people. I want to talk about Chiesa. Do you think he is the key threat tomorrow to Chelsea?
Bobby, unless Bobby start this one, please.
Oh, yes, absolutely. In fact, I was thinking about him while you were talking and thinking of how we're going to nullify him without Mount and Kante, because it needs that sort of work ethic to neutralize his game. I don't know whether we will get enough of that from Ruben. I'm not sure. And I don't think... can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, gosh. Sorry, I had the wrong earpiece on, so I don't know how much of that you heard. Did you hear me?
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah,
Right.
we heard you. Yeah.
Sorry, my microphone must be really good. So yeah, I don't think I don't know how much of that we'll get from Ruben, and I know we definitely won't get enough of that from the likes of Jorginho. Moving down the flanks, this is partly why I want Chilwell, because Chilwell will be able to keep pace with him.
I think Ben Chilwell, he's going to be the man to mark.
But if he goes down the right, but the thing is with Chiesa, he goes everywhere. I think Aspi can deal with him as well, with a bit of huff and puff, and backup from Christensen. But he's going to be tough. He's going to be a tough one. The midfield is very much an issue there. I don't know what the answer is. However, if we had a fit cover, I'll be less concerned. I think a lot depends on whether Kovačić is actually fit enough to start that game. Remember, what we pick is not going to necessarily be what finishes the game. If Kova starts and Ruben can finish, even better. I was just concerned from what I saw of Kova against Man City. I saw quite a tired player, but he's had a few days rest. He didn't play the full game against Man City, so maybe he's got some wind left to give a shot of Juve.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bobby. Like, I think we kind of dismissed Kovačić pretty quickly in favor of Ruben, just because that's probably something we want to see as well. But I think Kovačić is probably more likely to start, just based on the fact that he's higher up the pecking order.
In truth, he is more likely.
Listen.
People
listen. One second, Boogeyman. I have put the link in the chat. If anybody wants to jump in and give us their thoughts on this starting lineup, the formation, the tactics, anything to do with the game tomorrow, the link is in the chat. Click on it. For the next 10-15 minutes, you'll have a chance to jump on. Go ahead, Boogeyman.
Yeah, but I don't. Sorry, Bobby.
Sorry, Boogeyman. I'm really sorry to interrupt you. I apologize, really, but I just wanted to say, ideally, cover Jorginho without Kante is the best start in the midfield. Start with maybe Ruben coming on a bit later to fill in the gaps or to change tactics. But this is where the whole Saul Niguez thing really annoys me, because this is what we brought him for, and he's not doing it. I mean, what the hell? I mean, come on, man. I mean, in a big game like this is why he's here. And if he's going to lounge around on the bench, then bring on someone and just get rid, because we don't have time for this. Sorry, Boogeyman.
Yeah, for Saul, do we think it's because of pressure? That's why he's no.
He doesn't play with the right intensity, man. He just doesn't have the intensity.
And also, he's not the player he was when he was young. People have to just forget this. He's not.
Sorry, Mo. I've got a person coming on from the chat. Big Papa. Make sure you have your audio sorted out. I want you to be listening to the stream from StreamYard, not from YouTube, so we don't get an echo. Big Papa, give me your thoughts, mate.
Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
We can. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I find it so baffling how our fans like Werner so much. Right? You hear people make comments about his off-the-ball runs, and I've seen Kalu play, I've seen Malouda play. I mean, we see technical players play. Werner, honestly, in my opinion, does not seem like a professional footballer, honestly. Besides his besides his off-the-ball runs, he offers nothing. I mean, the guy cannot hold the ball for even 3-4 seconds. When there's pressure behind him, he loses the ball. Anytime the ball is sent towards the attack, he always loses the ball, and then we are under pressure defending. So I don't know why our fans want Werner playing. So much of our fans. I find it baffling. But anyway, that's besides the point. when I look at the lineup, yeah, I think I agree with most of it besides Timo Werner, because Timo Werner, I feel, is one of the weakest links in the team to date. If I look at, and I agree, Barkley to me is a better option than Werner. Because at least if he loses the ball, he will track back, all that, right? Yeah, and the other one is Ziyech. Ziyech too, maybe the system doesn't work in his favor, but maybe he's the only other changer I might bring on to the team.
All right. Big Papa, where you from? I mean, where you talking to us from?
I'm speaking from Ghana.
Ghana. Big
Yes.
Papa, appreciate you and thank you for your comments.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give them to the panel and we will address them. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and we'll see you after the game if you're here.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Big Papa. Cheers. Thank you. Guys, Big Papa has made some valid remarks. Agree, disagree. He thinks that Timo Werner is lacking. I want you guys to tell me your response to his assessment. I know Mohammed was smiling, so I'll let Mohammed go first.
Yeah, but I've been saying this, you remember last stream when I said free roll, and yesterday, is it Thierry Henry as well said it. They're players. If you don't give them a free roll, like I told you about Chiesa, if you don't give them a free roll, you will never see their best position. That's Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech, you have to build a team for him. He's the maestro of the team. If you don't build it, he's not part of the system. It's not going to work. So I feel like Chelsea and Ziyech, they're wasting each other's time. He's never going to come through with this system. It's either he's the driver of the system or let him go, sell him. Okay, and Werner doesn't hold the ball.
Sorry, Mo, how is Ziyech going to drive the system? How?
No, because at Ajax, they give him, they will give him like the ball 10, 20 times each time, and everybody run when he hold the ball. So that means he's crossing the ball to quick.
There is a slight difference between Chelsea
and
Ajax.
I disagree with you.
Hold on, Kasim, hold on. The thing is with Ajax, the team, and I agree with Mohammed to a certain degree, because what Mohammed is trying to say is this. Hakim Ziyech is best played when he is the hub, the main avenue of distribution for the team, when he is the center of attention, and that's what he was in Ajax. However, at Chelsea is not a one-man team. We were
Thank you.
To a certain degree when Hazard was there, because he was our main avenue of attack, but Chelsea is not that anymore. Ajax was that with Ziyech. Ziyech today, he is one of 11 players on that pitch who all have their their talents, their skills, and Hakim Ziyech is no longer the center of attention of the club, of the team, which is why we are seeing him suffer to a degree when it comes to his creativity, because he is no longer the main center of attention for the team, and that's what Mohammed is trying to say.
Sorry.
He's not a bad player. It's not. Ziyech is not a bad player.
Listen, guys. I want you to
spoiling, man.
We'll come back for Ziyech. I want you to address the comment by Big Papa. We want to address the comment that he made in regards to Timo Werner. Then we'll go to Ziyech, because I want to use this 10-15 minutes to address the comments by the people in the chat. And the guys in the chat, the link is still there, and you have another 10 minutes, I say. Go on, Mo.
Yeah, sorry. With Timo Werner, I like him. I like him when he's running. When he's running, creating space. I like that, because what he does, he confuses everybody, because he doesn't even know what he's doing. So that confuses everybody, the defenders, everybody. So, I like that. But apart from that, that's all I like about his game, because Timo Werner doesn't hold the ball up. Timo Werner cannot control a ball. Timo Werner, even when he's passing to you, he's cuffing the kick. So he cannot kick a ball. So, sometimes it's frustrating. I like his play, like when he's running into space and confusing everybody. I like that part. But it's not fair on the other players that can do a little bit more than that, but they don't have the pace of Werner. but Werner is having more chance than them. That's what I don't understand.
You have a chance.
Okay, if this was any time, any other Chelsea team, Werner will not be playing. Let's be honest.
Mo,
Huh?
can I just
No, no,
No. I know he hasn't have it yet, but I mean, towards the end of the season.
I want to hear from Bobby. Bobby.
Can I just take you back to the Ziyech thing?
Yeah.
No. We'll go back to Ziyech. We'll go back to Ziyech.
No,
Yeah, so can
no,
I?
I do
this-
need
this-
to because it goes on to.
This
No,
segment. Go on, Bobby. Go on, Bobby. I'll allow it.
Sorry, please. You see,
Go
I've just seen a player do something to make you see why you can build a team around him. I've seen a beautiful goal by Messi to just show you what a player can do that has the ability. I can see somebody like
just time out. I'm gonna ban you, Bobby, and I'm gonna ban CFC Stephen from the chat because you're spoiling the game for me. I wanted to watch the game after the stream. You guys are just spoiling it. Messi, fantastic goal. CFC Stephen is giving me highlights on my chat.
It's bound to happen because they're doing well, PSG. Anyway, I can see someone like Chiesa being somebody that would demand a team to recognize his presence. Ziyech can't do that.
It's very poor, man.
He's fortunate to be in a team at this level, to have players around him that are supporting him. So all this talk and almost hype around him needs to stop. It's not doing him any good. Let's say it as it is and speak of his talent as it is. It's not that great. The same with Werner. I think we've recognized that Werner isn't going to rip up trees. But at the moment, what Werner provides us in the forward line, in terms of his endeavor, in terms of his distraction to the opposition defenders, has helped us a great deal. And that's why in this game, with defenders that are slightly slow off the mark, he's going to cause them problems. He's going to be moving around everywhere. Nobody's saying that Werner is a world beater, but we're saying he adds to the efficiency of the team. And that's all we can expect from someone like Ziyech. His talent isn't what people make it out to be. And I really wonder why they make it out to be that he's this sort of great maestro. He's not a maestro.
He's not. That's my view about Ziyech.
People actually think that Ziyech. Sorry, I thought you guys were talking about Werner for a second there, because
can I come in now? Can I come in?
Like, what?
No. Bobby is the only one that can comment on Ziyech. Now we go back to Werner.
Okay, so Werner for me is just a guy that provides space for the squad. All right. I mean, he's probably not the best finisher. We've kind of seen many opportunities where we thought that he was going to score and he's fluffed his lines a million times. So I'm not really that concerned. Like, if he scores, it feels like it's a bonus now, which is a sad thing to say, but it's true, right? Like, it's a sad thing to say, right?
Yeah.
But he still has something to add to the squad in terms of the fact that, like, think about it. Going up against Juventus tomorrow, what are we going to say? We're going to say this guy. He's going to enter their mind. He's going to enter the mind of the opponent. They're going to think about him on the pitch, and they're going to have to be aware of where he is at all times because he's so dangerous on the break. So I get why people are upset and don't necessarily have any sort of like real patience for him right now. But at the same time, you can't tell me that he doesn't add something to the squad. Like, there's just no way.
I've got the last person from the chat. Easy Smoke. Welcome to the stream. Give me your thoughts, mate.
I firmly believe that Chelsea will see off the game tomorrow against Juventus, and I'm looking for Lukaku to be the man of the match tomorrow because I strongly believe that he can deliver tomorrow against the Juventus side that's underperforming. So Chelsea, 2-0 to Chelsea. And I see Chelsea bouncing back and bringing the momentum into the Premier League. So all hands to Chelsea tomorrow.
I used to have those friends.
Hold on, Boogeyman. Listen, Easy Smoke. Are you wearing a Chelsea shirt under that tracksuit?
Yeah, it looks like a Chelsea.
No ways. I'm watching my match here. 4-1 to Porto. All hands down to Liverpool for the Champions League.
You know, I used to have those friends. You know how we telling Arsenal fans,
5-1 now.
yeah, keep Arteta. Arteta is a good
Actually,
coach. Keep Arteta. Arteta is a good coach because we just don't want to keep beating them, and so they can get. I think this easy smoke is one type of those friends that come to Chelsea, come to us and say, "Oh, listen,
I
Chelsea's are
actually
going to
do
good,
have an
good.
Arsenal fan in
Chelsea's
the
are
house
going to.
today.
Don't worry about it." And then when Chelsea get beat up, he turn around and laugh and turn back to you. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I think that's the type of friend he is right now. That's the vibe he's giving me.
I don't
But I
mind
still like
because
you though.
because right now
Yeah, Boogeyman.
he's wearing his colors. He's on our channel and he's bigging up our team. So no problem
I
there,
don't
mate.
know
No
what to
problem.
believe. If you're really
Right,
honest
respect.
about
I
it,
know.
I'm
I
happy.
know.
But
I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying because I do that. I do that personally.
5-1 to
I go onto
Liverpool.
Tottenham channels,
5-1
Arsenal
already?
channels, and I'll tell them, trust the process, keep Arteta,
Exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Easy
Do
smokes,
you
big
get
up to you, mate. Go on, Mo.
Can I just say one thing out of curiosity? Have you guys noticed today, because the City used all their energy against Chelsea? You guys saw what happened today.
No,
Yes.
no,
That's
no,
exactly
not
what I
necessarily,
said.
Mo.
That's
No,
exactly what I said. During
No,
I
no,
said,
I
No,
don't
no.
believe
I
you.
disagree,
no,
guys.
at the beginning of the game,
guys,
that's exactly what I said.
guys.
No,
We weren't
I'm
going to be
telling
able
you
to
this. You
deal with
cannot
that.
do, you cannot do it. You cannot do it
now,
for
bro.
two
I
games.
was waiting patiently, mate.
Listen,
No, I'm
listen.
telling you, you cannot do it for two games. You can't do it for two games.
I'm gonna use that every time you guys do that. Every time you guys start messing around. Listen, easy
5-1.
smoke,
Bobby.
easy smoke. Big up to you, mate. Thank you for coming on.
Big up, guys.
I will catch you later. Easy smoke. Make sure when you bounce out, you exit the full process because sometimes you get stuck behind in the back room. So make sure you exit from the StreamYard. Big up to you, my man.
Big up.
All right, guys, listen. We don't want to have a shouting battle on the stream. So I know emotions can get high and whatnot. CFC Stephen, I'm only bantering you, mate. I'm just joking. No, it's all
Sorry,
good. It's all
Mo.
good. I was gonna watch the highlights anyway. I mean, the Liverpool game has been spoiled now. What's left? I don't know. Listen,
No, can I add something when it comes to Timo? No, nothing about Champions, the other games, anyways. Listen, Timo bring a lot when it comes to those runs. Even his defensive works are also really good. Sometimes I feel like when we don't have Mount, we should put Timo there. But then now I'm coming to the realization that most of the time Timo has 2-3 clear chances that he needs to put away for us, but he just does not do it. So, and then after that, you start focusing on it, and you just. So, what's the point of Timo when you can't even control, you can't even pass the ball, and those small chances, you're not even put them away. This is a high level football. It's not a Sunday league. So when Timo keep working, I love that, but I just think at one point we need to sacrifice that one and give a chance to someone that can at least put us 2-3 nothing in front. Then we can just bring Timo in after. But at the Timo way, I just think we reached that point now. Mount is injured. We need people to actually do that
Who's
and
this
score.
player that you'll sacrifice Timo for? That will
Sure,
give
I
us
think
3-4 goals.
I just think like if we give a proper chance to Callum, he may start
Really?
scoring goal at that position. That's my feeling. I know.
Really?
Yeah, that's a gamble. I understand that, but I just feel like it's about time now that we give the
Yeah, I
kid
know,
a proper
Boogeyman,
run.
but is there too many competition coming? So everyone will have his chances,
Yeah,
When
I mean,
4, 5
my
competition.
yeah,
But
I
I
understand
think
that. But my point is, if Timo get injured, for example, I know he's never gonna get. But I think Timo also look like someone that is overplayed. Maybe he just need a proper break and reset and come back scoring the goals. Maybe you just keep pushing him in, and at the end he just doesn't know how to score anymore. Just sit him in the bench for a few days, sit him in the bench for a few games, and then Callum give
I
him a
don't think he
proper
hardly
chance.
started this year, but Boogeyman. He started City game, mate, and Crystal Palace game. I mean, he needed game
I don't
time. So
think.
did Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah.
But as I said to you, because you got too many competition, everyone will have its chances, you know.
Yeah, but
We just need
I
to
just
be.
feel like any player in our team that is giving us too much headache, it just does not deserve to be in the starting 11.
I don't think Timo Werner gave us any headache. I think.
Oh
he
yeah,
was-
because he's not doing anything that we want him to do. That's where headaches come from. It's not like I'm not sleeping, but every time they struggle on the field, just puzzle my brain. Sometimes I just like, why, Timo?
All right.
Why?
I'm gonna listen. Mohammed wants to come in, but I want to ask you a question. Mohammed, maybe you can address this with your comment.
Yeah.
Why did Chelsea buy Timo Werner? To do what exactly? Tell me.
I think Lampard had an idea to play Timo with Tammy. Like remember with Poulsen? At Leipzig, he played with Poulsen. I think what threw the thing under the spanner when Chelsea see an opportunity to buy Kai. Okay, Kai wasn't a part of plan. The opportunity come along. Nobody could afford, like people were struck. And that one, when that came in.
Kai wasn't a Lampard purchase. Kai was a club purchase.
Was a club, yes. Yeah, that's what I mean. Lampard had an idea to play Timo with, what's his name? Tammy. Okay, so because Timo liked to play with a big forward, So I think when Timo come, Tammy, Lampard knew that he couldn't play them together. And I think that was the reason why Chelsea bought Timo, because of his record was very good. And Lampard had an idea to set an attack with Tammy and Timo.
So what you're saying is, sorry, I just got a runny nose today. I keep on blowing my nose off camera. So you're saying that he was brought in to bolster our attack, to enable us to score more goals, because he was finishing. He was scoring
28 goals,
20 odd goals a
28.
Season. Yeah, 28 goals. So he's a goal scorer. So when we brought him in for his goal scoring exploits.
Yeah.
He's not done that for us.
No.
He's not done that for us. Sorry, Mo. And he's not done that for us last season. Now, there's people that are going to tell you 27 goal contributions, X amount of penalties, X amount of assists, X amount. No, I don't care about that. How many goals did he physically score? Because that's what he's there for. How many chances did he physically miss? Because that's what Boogeyman is upset about. All right? We all have an opinion about Timo Werner. Now, the guy who came in, Big Papa. Now, I agree with him, even though I'm frustrated because I don't want to agree with him. I'll be honest, I don't want to say Timo Werner is bad. I don't want to say Timo Werner is not contributing, is not doing. I don't want to say that. I want to say Timo Werner is performing. I want to say he's doing this, he's doing that. Unfortunately, he's not doing what we bought him for. Now, if you buy a jug to hold water, but it has holes in it, all right, and you can't put water in it, but you can put some other stuff in it, you're not going to say that jug was good because I can put my apples in it. Because you didn't buy it to put apples in it. You bought that jug to put water in it, but it doesn't hold it because it's got a hole in it. All right, now Timo Werner's got a hole in it. He's not doing what we got him for. Now, we can either address this by getting him to do other things because he's got pace, he's got this, he's got that. We can use him as a winger. We can use him in other positions. But me personally, I want to see us either get him to do what we bought him for, or maybe to try to cut our losses and get somebody else from that position. Because right now, let's be honest, we have a striker who is best suited to play in a 2. And that is Lukaku. Lukaku can play by himself, but I think we saw with Inter Milan how he played with Lautaro Martinez in the 2. Having a player that he can play off, he was prolific. Right now, I'm seeing him a little bit lost in some of these games that he's played. Some games he's playing well, but generally he's lost, and I don't want to see that with Lukaku. And that's why I want to see somebody in there who can help him. And that's why we're talking about Havertz, Ziyech, Callum, because Timo Werner is still not convincing me. That being said, tomorrow he's going to start, And he'll get a hat trick, and we'll be back on here talking about Timo Werner. Was fantastic, man.
Yeah,
And,
no,
and one last thing I wanted to say about the Timo thing. People forgot that if Timo scored his chance, we wouldn't even had a penalty against Aston Villa. He had 1-on-1. He kicked it out. Not even goalkeeper didn't even save it. And again, people are going on about. You remember last year Champions League with Lampard? He was playing the string players after the Sevilla game. Callum, Pulisic, they're the one that play with Giroud. They're the one that play all the other games until we get to the groups out of the group stages. Callum scored 2 Champions League goals, both away. Pulisic scored 2. So people think that they played in the Champions League last season. They were the one playing. The French players were the one playing in the Champions League group stage last season for Lampard. So go back and look at it. You will see it. Last year Champions League, it was Callum that played with Pulisic because they were not playing in the league.
Yeah, I wanted to just add quickly because I need to leave. I couldn't be as involved as I wanted to with this with the stream today. But Lukaku and Werner remains to be seen if it works. The person that Lukaku was playing with at Inter is a much better player than Werner. So it's difficult for me to look at that and say it can work the same way. It will work a similar way. I don't expect it to be the case, but I expect us to win. We need to win because you have to bounce back from a bad loss. We have to win, convincingly. I'm gonna say 2-0 at least. We need to win 2-3-0. Bounce back, show that there's not a major issue, and the team has to create. I don't know what happened since Lukaku came in. The team stopped creating as many chances. And we seem to be more open at the back. I don't know what it is, but Tuchel needs to figure it out, and we need to start playing well.
Wait.
More open at the back?
First part of the statement was accurate. Second part was I don't know where you got that
from. No, look at the last. No, hang on. Let me.
We've conceded 2 goals.
We
One
did,
was a penalty.
Look at the last games. Look at the last games we played. Look at the game against Villa. They had more shots than us. They had more shots on target. They should have scored at least 3 goals. No, but they should have. What I'm saying. No. The point is.
Because the thing is this. They didn't, and we didn't. Okay, so we're not scoring, but we're not conceding.
No. But last season we weren't even conceding chances. That's the point. We're conceding more chances than before, and when you concede more chances, you will concede more goals. So far, it's not an issue, but it's just a reality right now. But we'll see how it goes.
Listen, Eric, your point, I take it on board, and it's very, very valid. But let's not jump the gun. You see, the goal that went against us from City, deflection. Okay, and those kind of shots are very, very hard to plan for, to control, because Mendy there's no way on earth he can see where that ball was going to end up going. Okay, now I know that you have to try to avoid being in those kind of situations, those kind of positions. But that game, for me, the entire game, I think Chelsea did not play well. So for us to have conceded just that 1 goal, I think we were lucky because.
That's a testament to the defense.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it is. But Bobby also.
But I think more. If City have
one second, Kasim. I think the fact that we conceded that goal because we played poorly on the back of, and this is where Eric is coming from, on the back of 3 poor performances, poor first half performances. This is what Eric is trying to say. He's trying to say.
That's what Eric's trying to say. Yeah.
In the long term, we need to adjust this because if we don't adjust this or address this now, we could be potentially conceding more. But we're not. So we're not doing that yet. But potentially we can be.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna bring you guys in. Just I want to just say one thing. People in the chat. I will not be streaming during games in the future because it's not worth it. A lot of you will probably watch this afterwards, but there's not enough people in the stream to appreciate the stream. So I'm going to do the streams earlier or later, probably earlier. So next week, Champions League game, preview will be earlier. Will be like mid-afternoon because I want to give you guys a chance to watch the football as well as the stream. So we'll try to balance it out today. I was hesitant whether or not I should stream, and I guess I didn't make the right decision. So keep in mind, streams will be varied in time slots. It will not be 8 p.m. every night. If there is a game, the stream will be changed earlier, later, depending on what time the games are on.
Yeah.
Kasim and then Boogeyman.
Yeah, I know. In the way I understand what Eric tried to say. I think his last 3-4 games, like you highlighted more, were very boring, especially first half. And if this team played us have a proper striker, they probably won the chances away. I mean, I believe if City had a proper striker on Saturday, they'll probably score 2-3, in my opinion. That's why I think City were nothing special. I said that before, and I will say it again. They had a deflection goal. They saw a lot of the ball, but I think I tell you what, if City like a proper, they should have hammered Chelsea 3-4-0 because Chelsea were very bored that game. But because they have a proper striker, they always end up with 1 goal deflection. And same with Villa. That's why I understand where Eric coming from. But Chelsea got to improve for his half, man. And Lukaku need to work hard. And we just have to wait and see. Tomorrow, Juventus game, it's going to be tough. They got injuries as well. I don't think they start the season very well. But I could see 2-1 Chelsea, I think. So I take that and move. But Chelsea need to start very well more.
Yeah, keep in mind. Yeah, keep in mind. There's no away goal counts. So it's.
Tuchel is going to do something about that start tomorrow. Starting the game.
Yeah, definitely. Boogeyman, come on in. What's your thoughts?
I was going to respond to Eric Blue, the fact that he said we're not creating a lot of chances, and also team seem to create more chances against our defense or whatever. I'll have more chances. The problem is Lukaku. Lukaku is not doing the job. Our press, the first line press, does not exist since we signed Lukaku. So we pretty much gave up on something, trying to get someone to score goal, because Lukaku job just to head the ball in the goal or finish or tapping or whatever that thing is. Yeah, right. But when it comes to that first line of defense, we do not have it anymore. The people are just running into Kovačić and Jorginho all the time. They both people are exposed. That's the biggest thing. So my question to Tuchel is, are you going to manage to get Lukaku to do some defensive work? I know Max coming. Let me talk about Lukaku more. Are we going to get Lukaku to just do those defensive work? The first press, that line, he need to at least help people and be composed about it. Because most of the time, we all over the place. Lukaku screaming at this guy, cover me, but he's not running. Or this guy, so you can see it. They're not even listening to each other, or they don't have a proper strategy. So I think Tuchel need to fix that first. And that will allow us not to have too much chance against us, or too much chance created by the opposite team. At the end of the day,
that's a very valid point. Very valid point.
At the end of the day, nobody's going to put Lukaku, 100 million pound player on the bench, or Tuchel will be sacked if we don't have like results. So he's going to put Lukaku in front. So now Tuchel, it comes to you to find a way to get those those two midfields created that back of Lukaku to create all those chances. If they have to walk twice, 3 times, Mount will do it, but the kid needs some rest and come back fresh. Carver's, he was bought for a reason. How 70 million? He has to show us something now, because
he's been bored, recently.
He has to start showing something. Same as Ziyech. Same as Werner. I just give up on that guy at this point. I don't want to talk about Ziyech needs to show something, because we're getting pretty much at the end of that rope now.
Listen, Boogeyman, I got to say something. Max, I'm coming to you. You see, the reason why I've been talking the way I've been talking about Timo Werner, it's not because of Timo Werner, because of DJ Sav. DJ Sav hasn't been coming on my stream, so I've been talking this way so that DJ Sav will hear it and he'll be like, I got to get on that stream and defend Timo Werner.
Coming in, DJ.
And that is exactly why Max has jumped on, because Max has been sitting there, he's been listening, he's been like, Boogeyman, Bobby, they've been trashing this man called Lukaku for the past hour and a half. Mohamed is not doing enough to defend him, man. I got to jump in and help this guy.
I've just joined. Listen, Boogeyman said what I said before. Before he left the other day, I said the same thing. I said the same thing about Lukaku. Oh, he's here. Oh, big up, DJ. Big up. Yeah, I did.
I told you.
Yeah, I did say the same thing about Lukaku. He's taken away a little bit of our pressing game, and it was even mentioned. I'm not sure if you guys saw the press conference today, and it was moved. It was talked about on that about how Chelsea have just slightly changed their way of play to accommodate Lukaku now. Yeah. So I still think Thomas Tuchel's got to make the difficult decision sometimes in games where it was probably better suited not to play him. Well, don't play him. It doesn't care how much he costs. Pep Guardiola always is making difficult decisions. Jack Grealish is going to be on the bench sometimes. He's a 100 million player, so I think he's started on the bench a couple of times or once. I think. Yeah. So if you're a professional, you've got to understand when the manager makes these particular decisions. I'm late here because I needed to watch that Man City PSG game. That's why I sort of wanted to watch it without any distractions. So that's why I didn't join the stream earlier. And it was interesting to see the way that PSG set up against Man City, because Man City started tried with that high press, but you know what PSG were doing. They pushed their fullbacks wide, and what Donnarumma was doing was bypassing the press and knocking it to the fullback who was hugging the touchline. Yeah, so they weren't stuck in like we were, and so they were allowed to go further up the pitch. And also, they have got quality players up front. I'm not saying we haven't got quality players, but when you've got Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar in there, then they were able to sort of, in transition, go out the field a lot quicker and create problems. Yeah, but Gueye was superb today. And I still think, I think, Bobby, you mentioned it the other day, where we know that now we know why N'Golo Kante weren't playing to his best, because he's probably playing with COVID on the pitch. Yeah, because he was obviously... So Gueye was so important today. He broke up everything. He got in front of Bernardo Silva and people like that.
Is that the guy who used to play for Everton?
Yeah, it's the one who used to play for Everton. He scored a goal as well, but he was superb. And so, had we had a fit Kante on Saturday, then he could have done a similar role. Because obviously, we see what a fit Kante has done 3 times against Manchester United, where he's absolutely destroyed them. So that was the key factor in us not beating Man City the other day as well. But I agree with Quasim. They are beatable, Man City. They were at their very best on Saturday. We were at our worst.
Very bored, Max.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if we had evens, it'll be a tighter game than that. And I think we could have probably got a win with if we had fitter players, and they had a few players pull out, and that's the difference between not getting that win the other day. Yeah.
Max, I want your thoughts on this.
Is that your team selection for tomorrow?
Yeah. What do you think?
Right. You got fullbacks. Let's see. I don't know. Azpilicueta has to play there because Reece James isn't playing. But I just don't like Azpilicueta as a wing back. I just don't think he offers us enough. I just wish that Livramento was still with us. He'll be super ideal for that wing back position at the moment. But I suppose playing away is Juventus has to come at us, so maybe he's where does Chiellini play? He drifts, doesn't he? What he'll do, he'll sort of he's a good defender still, isn't he? So he'll keep Chiellini, not Chiellini, Chiesa. Chiesa. He'll keep Chiesa at bay.
But Chiesa plays on the other side.
He drifts, though, doesn't he? Yeah, but he drifts. He drifts from wing to wing sometimes.
He comes over.
Yeah, I'd like to. I tell you, I'd like to see instead of Werner, I'd like to see Ruben. Or even I'd like to see Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the side tomorrow.
That's an interesting goal.
I'll start with
starting up front.
He
Yeah?
probably won't. He probably won't. But I would. Of the last 2 games, what he showed us in the last 2 games, I think he's earned a place in the team.
Do you know what,
Yeah,
Matt?
but sorry,
season,
Bobby.
Last season, there was somebody on a stream. I thought it was your stream, actually. Someone that came on and was saying that Ruben, don't be surprised if you see Ruben being the second striker to Lukaku when he's not playing. He's that flexible. He can play in the midfield and he can play in the front too. So there could be some legs in what you're saying. Sorry? Or maybe it's one of Jem's
I said this
streams.
last stream as well.
Oh, you yeah. So it doesn't. It's not a stupid. It's not an unintelligent shout. It's the sort of thing we should be doing to confuse the opposition even more.
Yeah, but my problem with that is Tuchel need to. I mean, probably he's doing it. He need to do a proper directive to look to Ruben that he's going to be playing around Lukaku, not to always defend, because as much as Mark said, PSG wingback are hugging the line to stretch the midfield, because we have Kovačić and Jorginho that can have more space and move the ball faster. As soon as you have Ruben come in the middle, trying to take the ball, then we get congested again in the middle. So for some reason, I feel like when we play a pure-minded striker up front, our midfielder always have more space to distribute, and we manage to at least play a good football instead of putting someone with a midfield tendency. Mount is just a
you got to
different
remember.
caliber.
You got to remember with Ruben, I know that you'll be able to, Mohammed, you'll be able to vouch for me on this. He's played as up front as well, hasn't he? As sort of behind, as a winger type, in a free, and he's been disciplined in holding his position when he's played there. Yeah. I was at the game. I think we played against Bournemouth once in a cup game. He was one of the free front players, and he was superb in that role.
I think under the Italian, not the first Italian.
Sorry, he was excellent under.
Evan Sarri, he always start from the outside, the right mid, but under whatever that guy is, the first Italian coach that win the league.
Conte, he was a striker. He was a second striker.
Exactly.
He was a second striker, yeah.
Exactly. I know. I remember those things, but right now I don't know exactly what Tuchel is using him for a reason why
he's using him in the 6 at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just worried that,
and he can play that as well.
He seemed to like it, and he's doing the work, and he just need more minutes there to just make probably do a lot of progress there. But I'm just thinking now, if you bring Ruben as a winger or as a second striker, he might just have that tendency to come all the middle and then slow down the game again. He just, for me, what of a Barkley? The reason why I was kind of saying that, why don't we just put Barkley there, like a second striker?
But even this may be a game for Ziyech, maybe, because obviously it's a slower league. It's not like as pacey as a Premier League. So sometimes you need your technicians on there. So maybe even a Ziyech could do the job tomorrow.
I think what we are really underestimating is that being without a player like Kante, who is enormous for us. Kante is one of our best players. And when he's gone, there is no replacement. So being without Kante and Mason Mount,
the energy's out of the team.
Yeah. It's a big loss. Yeah. And then we've got Kovačić struggling with fatigue. He gives us some energy as well. You know, it's huge. And trying to replace all three. That's a big.
That's why I was going for more of a Ruben, because Ruben he can drive from midfield, he can dribble past a player, and he's good into transition. So that's why I was thinking more here. Even if he plays ahead of Kovačić, because as Bobby quite rightly said, Kovačić has looked a bit jaded in the last couple of games.
So isn't it the moment for Tuchel to stop thinking about players deserving their style and just? I mean, they've been playing together for how many games now since the preseason? Just put them on the field so they can play. Now you don't have a choice. You have all your men player injured. Just put the kid on the field so they can just get. You have to trust them at one point. Why don't you take the risk at this point to give a proper rest to Kovačić, Jorginho?
Agreed.
Just put them in.
Let's bring in DJ Sav. DJ Sav,
sorry.
Welcome to the stream, my man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, guys. Good evening to you guys. Good
Nice
evening,
to see you, mate. Long time.
Nice to see you guys. Good evening,
DJ,
everyone in the comments. Yeah.
DJ,
It's been a while. Wait.
The barcode that you're talking about. Yeah, sorry.
Boogeyman. DJ, I have to say something to you, man. Everybody was trashing Timo Werner, but I was defending him, yeah? They were all talking about him.
I
was defending him. Yeah?
Now, why do I find that hard to believe, Mo? Nah, listen, sorry I've not been on, guys. I was at the match. I have to say, I was at the match on Saturday, and then I got back pretty late from that. And then today I've worked late, and then I was telling you guys about the petrol situation. It's absolutely manic out there. People are just filling up stupidly out there, mate. So that's why I've come on late. But I'm glad I've still come on and you guys are still on. Listen, I don't know what's been said, what comments have been said. I saw something about Timo Werner, but look, we've got an important game tomorrow. Obviously, first of all, I wish N'Golo Kante better. I understand he's got COVID. I hope he recovers very quickly. But yeah, look, it's going to be.
That's what was up with him on Sunday. DJ. Clearly,
that's why he went off, didn't he? He went off at heart. I think he went off. I think he was substituted. And that's when I think Kai Havertz came on for him. I think in the second half. But yeah, he clearly wasn't. You could see him in that game. He wasn't himself. I mean, he was like beating for almost every ball. If you guys watched that game on Saturday. But listen, it's another tough game tomorrow. Obviously, I'm not going to take advantage. I'm not going to take Juventus lightly. I mean, I know two of their main players are out tomorrow. I think Dybala and who's the other one? The other guy, I forgot the other guys. Morata. They're both out tomorrow.
You said two key players, but you've mentioned.
Who's the other one?
Forget it, DJ. They've got more than enough. Trust me.
Yeah, I know.
Aaron Ramsey's still there. He was rested.
But as Bobby would say, they'll probably won't be surprised to see Dybala playing.
Yeah,
I think Dybala's is genuine. It's Morata that might suddenly show up.
Oh, imagine! But thank God he's not playing on. Thank God he's not playing.
I don't care.
I'm
he
saying.
won't do anything.
And I need to tell you guys one thing as well. I don't think Chiesa is not 100% fit. He's not gonna even if he starts. He's not gonna. Chiesa never finished 90 minutes. Okay, so that's one thing we should know. He will not play the full game either. He hasn't played a full game. I think over, if I'm not mistaken. No. Even last
does not make me feel good about tomorrow game because our first half are always crazy.
Yeah, he doesn't play 90 minutes.
He's only 23, He's still he doesn't play 90 anyways.
Yeah.
The boy is good.
He's got. If you remember, I did say I think it was leading up to the match on Saturday. I remember before I left, I said if Chelsea play the way they've been playing for the first 20 minutes in each of the games they've started, they'll come across a good team, and a good team will finally beat them. And that's exactly the same situation that happened against City on Saturday. We were not even in the game. From start to finish, Pep Guardiola had that game. He wanted that game more. Their team wanted it more. Yeah, and our players just didn't seem for it. And I'm not going to sit and knock all our players because that's not something I do. But I just thought on Saturday it was one of them games where you just thought, you know what, if they get their goal, it could have been more. If it hadn't been for Mendy in goal, it could have been more goals, to be honest with you. But yeah, overall though, I think we'll bounce back. We always do. I can't see Tuchel just lying down and saying to ourselves, we're going to lose our next. I think he's going to bet it into the players again. The players will lift themselves up as they've always been doing. And I expect us to go to Juventus tomorrow. Maybe hopefully if not get a win, at least get a draw there. Would not be so bad at least.
Just a good result,
Yeah. But win obviously is the bonus.
Anybody here noticed that Tuchel was not that energetic today? Like I just feel like he's a little upbeat, or I don't feel that. Normally,
he's a winner. He's a winner.
Were about COVID and about injuries, and about negative things. So it was hard.
Because most of the time when I listen to Tuchel, I feel like I have a professor in front of me teaching me, and I'm like, yeah, that's my man. But today, he just really much talking like I'm just like, yo, man, It's just one defeat. But keep your head up.
But you
man.
know what? The first couple of questions were quite sensible, and he was given nice tactical insight into things. And I'm thinking, I can't believe it. They're actually asking some proper questions of journalists. And then what happens? Matt Law comes on, starts talking about COVID, and it goes downhill after that. You know, because it's just ridiculous.
I'm not gonna sit here and start looking to pick holes on Tuchel. That's just off the scale. There's nothing wrong with the man. I mean, crikey, what are we looking for? He's fine. You know, he has an issue. He's got lots of injuries. I mean, what are we trying to say? All of a
And the
sudden,
guy's a winner. The guy's a winner. He's not going to come really, you know. Oh yeah, we lost the other day. He's you know, he wants to win every game.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm just saying the vibe he gave me today was someone that is really
your vibes are off, mate. Your vibes are well off the scale.
Okay, boy.
What are you talking about?
I need to take medication there.
Talking about vibes. How am I going to link this? But talking about vibes, yeah, I'm 59 subscribers away from 8,000. 59 subscribers away from 8,000. And we literally have 59 people in the chat right now. So if every one of you hits that subscribe button, I would reach 8,000 subscribers today.
So if you want that vibe,
there
you go.
Come on, people.
Here you go, man. If you want that vibe, you got to subscribe.
That's a good one.
Max is on form.
Smashed it. If you want the vibes, you got to subscribe. You said it better. How do you say it?
I said, you want the vibe, you got to subscribe.
You've got to subscribe.
That's it. So let's have a look. If I got any subscribers since Max made that comment. I'm refreshing. Let me see.
Come on,
how many? Whoa, Max, 3 subscribers. 3
There
subscribers.
you go.
Big up. Let's see how close we can get to 8,000 subscribers. Let's see how close we can get to.
So when it comes to COVID, the impression I got from the coach today, why did I forget his Tuchel? The impression I got from Tuchel today is even at Chelsea ground, the player it's not mandatory for the player to get a vaccine. It seems like everybody make their choice. Why is something like that has to be political? Like, I mean, you play for Chelsea, and I just don't understand why. What's the option there? Like, listen, the way I feel about the whole thing is science says something. It seemed like last time Tuchel was asked about the environmental change, and he came up and said, okay, I believe I think it was the game before Tottenham when they're talking about zero carbon or all those things, and he went deep in it and talk about how
he rides his bicycle to work and whatnot.
Exactly, he went like really emotional and defend that position. Then today we're talking about COVID, and then he says something like, "Yeah, I think I have family, I've done it, but every player has to do what they want to do, and when someone has the COVID, you don't know exactly." Then I'm just like, I thought only people that put those conspiracy theories that are like Chelsea is an entity, and they have to tell players. The science has said this is the result. You're doing more good for yourself to have the vaccine than I don't know how political that thing is in Great Britain. But I just think the logic says every player has to have the vaccine.
It's not political. It's not political.
Yeah.
The political thing is this.
It's not political.
The political thing is this. Right? There is conspiracy theories. You see, right now, when you have a baby, there is a whole list of vaccines and medication that they have to get within the first 6 months, the first year, when they start school. These are all vaccines that we all got. Every single one of us here got vaccines, and we didn't even know about them because our parents gave it, took us to the doctor, and we got those vaccines. This vaccine is a little bit different for a few reasons. You see, I'm going to say it. I'm personally vaccinated, double vaccinated, all right, and I've had the virus. And all my family have decided to be vaccinated because we believe that it's a medical, scientific issue, not political. None of this conspiracy agenda theories that people have. If they have them, if they believe in them, that's fine. That's their opinion. And this is the problem right now, because Tuchel can't talk about this without having to wear a label. I am pro-vaccine. I am against this. I am against that. The problem with somebody who is in such a figure and represents a club, whenever he says something, it's going to reflect upon that club, upon that team.
Oh, I understand that.
Just one thing. In America, and I'm talking about the United States of America. North America, Canada might be different, but United States of America, they have used this to divide the left and the right. The political spectrums is divided on this basis, because they believe it is an infringement on their freedoms, on their right to choose this or the right to choose that.
Oh, I know that.
And that's fine. If you don't want to take the vaccine, that's your choice. Nobody can force you to do that. I am not advocating people being forced to do something, but at the same time, I am advocating for people to be educated about what the vaccine is all about. Let us know a little bit more about how it was made, how many tests were done, what kind of tests were done, because I think if people know a little bit more about the vaccine, they may feel a little bit different about whether or not they should take it.
Can I say something before someone else gets in it? Okay, my point is this: Tuchel, when it comes to environmental changes and all those things, he went 100% in it. So
Club initiative. It was a club initiative. It was a club initiative. They're part.
But what happened to freedom of speech? He can say what he believes in it, right?
He did say what he believes.
So for today, when it comes to COVID, he should have said, that's what I think. He should have said that you have more benefits having the vaccine than not having it.
No, but he said he's going to leave it to he said he's taking it because he says he believes, obviously it's good for him, but everyone's got it's a personal thing, so he doesn't have to push the agenda.
But I think
he also said
that's what you're saying, though. That's what you're saying.
He also said he's not an expert, and not being an expert, he doesn't feel in a position to tell anybody what to do.
That's what scared me. Exactly. That's why I get scared.
Let me ask.
That's why I didn't like.
Let me ask.
But that's down.
Yeah, but he's not an expert.
Why should you be scared?
Boogeyman.
Yeah,
let me ask.
Can I answer Bobby? Can I answer Bobby just 2 seconds?
No, 1 second. Boogeyman. You can answer Bobby. But I want you to answer me as well. So answer both of these questions. Do you think that there should be a mandate whether if you are going to be a football player, you have to take the vaccine? If you are going to be an airplane pilot, you have to take the vaccine. If you're going to do this or that job, you have to take the vaccine. Do you think people should be forced to take the vaccine?
Answer is yes.
No, that's rubbish.
Why?
That's rubbish.
For me, the answer is 100% yes. If we want to play,
Come on.
Why? Why?
Yeah, but
that's too much.
Listen, this thing.
You guys people to stop smoking.
No, but you guys ask me
why not?
Why? This is a public safety issue.
Really?
But listen, have you done your research? Have you done your research?
I've actually done a lot of research on it.
Listen. Nobody knows anything about this vaccine.
That's why you got it wrong. No, we can only base on the data that we have right now.
Yeah, it's not where I've got it wrong. I've got it wrong. I know people in the medical arena. Listen,
my wife is a medical doctor.
Yes, and so is my brother, but it's the spider.
Yeah, but I'm sleeping with one.
Listen. Yes, so is my brother. So what I'm saying is, nobody knows that. We don't know what is going to be the long-term effects. We don't know enough about the vaccine. No one knows enough about this vaccine for you to confidently say. I'm not. By the way, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. By the way, I'm studying the data over a period of time. Okay, before I make a decision. So I'm not. And so we can't say with confidence that yes, everyone should take the vaccine, because people have taken the vaccine and people have died from taking the vaccine.
Yeah, okay? But I understand what you just said. We don't know the long-term effect on children. We know that the vaccine, when you have the COVID, the secondary effect of the COVID are worse than whatever the vaccine will give you. Whatever you think the vaccine will do to your body, the COVID will do worse. So at the end of the day, this is a public safety issue.
What about people who've had COVID?
End of the day, this is a football channel. End of the day, this is a football channel. Hold on.
No, yeah, but I was telling Bobby. Listen. Can I say something to Bobby before you tell me? Please. Can I say something to Bobby?
No. 1 second.
I'll
let you. But understand this. Okay, any decision that forces anyone to do something, I am against, whatever that thing is.
Agreed.
Okay?
Agreed.
If you want to take the vaccine, go ahead. You don't want to take the vaccine, you don't have to. All right, and that's not just the vaccine. That is anything in life. All right, we should have the freedom to live our lives any way we want to, as long as we are not hurting or harming other people. Okay, now the vaccine, if the government wants to take it, give us as much information as humanly possible. Yeah. So people like Max, people like me, people like, we are able to read, research, and make up our informed decision.
And also, bigger man, the thing is, people who have been vaccinated are still getting the disease and still passing it on. So you're not protecting anyone by getting vaccine because you're still passing it on.
And I can confirm that. I can confirm that with personal experience. Okay, my sister, she got the virus. Infected my mother, infected by my nephews, my nieces, but because they're all vaccinated, apart from my nephews and nieces, we are on the back end of the virus. I believe
you just answer what I was going to say for me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Whether you have the vaccine or not,
Boogie, I believe it. Can I just say this?
But I'm not going to force anybody else to do what I did. It's their choice.
I know, but
Mo has 60 seconds, then you have 60 seconds, and then that is it about the virus. Go on, Mo.
Okay. Yeah. I'm fully vaccinated. My wife is fully vaccinated. But guess what? I will not tell anybody because of the thing is I don't know. The reason why I took it is a personal choice. I took it because I feel like I want to do it. But my best friend, my cousin, he doesn't want to do it because guess what? He told me he wants to have more kids. He doesn't know. If somebody can guarantee that in 10, 15 years' time, nothing is going to happen to him, then if they will be legally responsible for anything that happened to him in the future, if they found that is wrong, he will do it. But nobody is going to guarantee that. These players, that's what they want. They want people that will come forward and say, okay, we'll take all anything that happened to you in the future, if this is the cause, we are liable. Nobody is willing to do that. So sometimes I understand. I'm fully vaccinated. My wife is fully vaccinated. But when people raise their concern, I respect it. It's not my position. That's what I believe Tuchel was saying. It's not like you can believe in science, but you can't force people if they have a little bit of doubt.
Fantastic comment, Mo. Fantastic comment, Mo. Boogeyman, your 60 seconds, and then close the book. Big up to you, Mo.
Someone said, also Mo that just said that there is no guarantee that when you take the vaccine in the future or in 10 years or whatever, the secondary effect of the vaccine can be preventing someone to have kids. And it is said, it is documented.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that.
It is documented.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is,
no. Don't call me. Let me finish my 60 second more. You give me another 45 seconds. They got 2 minutes. The dude
45 seconds. 45 seconds, Boogeyman. 45 seconds. Gone.
Listen, the vaccine right now, the data we have actually, the vaccine has been around for what? 3 years or something. The data that were collected up to today.
3 years.
3 years or something. Or
I
2.5
think
years.
less than that, isn't it?
Less than that. It just came out last year.
Yeah, it's less.
COVID 2019. Yeah, whatever. My mathematics. Yo, Max, let me finish. Can you stop putting those down in my mind?
But you're saying 3 years. I'm correct.
Since we started talking about the vaccine, I lost 2 subscribers because of you.
You lost subscribers?
2 subscribers because of the vaccine.
Okay. Anyway, Max
comes in with his nice little line, and I get 4 subscribers.
Bobby,
Can you start talking about the vaccine and I lose 2?
Bobby,
they think it's a medical channel, not a football channel.
Football channel.
when Bobby said why I was scared, I was thinking that was the chance for Tuchel to said if every one of the players were vaccinated, for example, even if when they get the virus, it should not be too much of the time before, because when you're vaccinated, you have the virus. The virus will not stay on you for maybe a couple of days or 3 days, and you're not contaminating anybody anymore. That's what the data actually is showing.
No, you are contaminating people.
No, Max,
So-
Max, enough.
Yeah, but no, you go in
Fantastic
isolation
data.
and
All right, Boogeyman, listen, answer me
yeah,
this
okay,
question.
more.
Could
Sorry,
we-
man.
could
This
we-
is your channel.
could we
I
see-
don't mean
could
to
we
change
see-
channel into.
Could we see
help
Saul
something.
and Ziyech play against Juventus tomorrow? All right, this is the
I
question.
won't watch
that we're
it.
gonna end.
I won't watch the game. If Saul start that game, I will just sit down and come here
listen.
talk to you.
Boogeyman, 2 seconds. Hold on. Let me finish. Everyone, this is the final question we're going to be answering on the stream. So we're going to conclude the stream after you answer this question. So Boogeyman, let me hear it, and then we'll go to DJ Sav, and we'll work out our way around, and then we're going to conclude the stream. Go on, Boogeyman. Saul Ziyech.
1 minute, Boogeyman. Just 1 minute.
Sam,
please.
you just
30
you
seconds.
took 5 out of
30
it.
seconds.
Hey, I'm advocate to have young or not young, but the other squad player to be put into the team, because I think we need break. The core that helped us win the Champions League last year and that run the first 3 or 4 games, they are tired. They're just falling like flies now. So I think those people should be given a proper rest, and we need to just give some chances to people like Barclay, Loftus-Cheek, and all those things to start having at least 60 minutes.
We'd rather see Barkley and Loftus-Cheek ahead of Saul and Ziyech, correct?
I don't want to see Saul. So I'd rather
Ziyech,
have.
Ziyech,
No,
you agree
Ziyech
with
has to be there. Ziyech is part of the core of last year.
I think Ziyech's going to start. I've got
So
a
I
feeling
still
he's
see
gonna
Ziyech
start.
as like a European Cup or European Champions League game player. So the EPL is just too physical for him. So I wouldn't mind seeing Ziyech, but Saul, I don't think he needs to be good at playing our cup games and just bossing those games before we start putting him back to EPL. Because the guy, we know he has the talent. Everybody said 2 years ago, but we won the 2 years ago Saul. We don't want a month or a year ago Saul. The 2 months ago, Saul has to come back to Chelsea. And to reach that point, I think we need to see him a lot with the cup game. Even those cup games, a game we have against non-EPL teams. Like if we have a cup game against Everton, Saul should be replaced. Should be coming from the bench. So that's my point.
Seriously, you got to fix your watch, man, because your watch is running really slow. That 60 seconds was like 60 hours.
Yeah, but blame Max. Max took 5 seconds out of it, man.
Go on. All right. We'll hear Max. Max, go on. Ziyech, Saul.
Ziyech, yes. I like to see Ziyech, but I did mention that earlier. I think Ziyech could play because the time afforded to him. And as I said, when you look at the way that Juventus set up, they're very good defensively, and we need someone who can unlock the door, and he's somebody who can unlock the door with his passing ability. So I would like to see him play. Saul, I'm not sure, he needs more time, man, to get used to the pace of the style of our play. I haven't been, obviously it's early days, so I'm not going to judge the guy 2 games, but for me, as I said, I'm a big advocate of Loftus-Cheek over Saul. For me, Saul's 4th midfielder if we're playing in the 6, he's a 4th in the pecking order. If we're going by what's the current form at the moment, so he's got no place in the team yet.
Max,
for me,
give me a score prediction tomorrow.
I've put in 1-1, so I'm sticking with that.
Max, he just nicked it from my mouth, man.
Well, Boogeyman, I didn't ask you. Score prediction.
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea. Positivity. All right, we've got DJ Sav. Saul, Ziyech,
Yeah.
And I know you don't do score lines, but result.
Yeah, listen, Sal's an interesting one. I know I heard what Max was saying about him not being up to the pace. I think maybe the Champions League could be his pace for him to actually start this game. I'm not sure. Maybe not in the Premiership as yet, but for a Champions League game, possibly maybe to start this game tomorrow. Maybe I'd probably even would go either him or Ruben to start tomorrow. As for Ziyech. I think Ziyech seems to be his competition, doesn't it? He did well in it. He done one for us last season in it. I get what Jem is saying in his comments. I know Jem is saying it shouldn't start tomorrow. I'm just going by last season, Jem, to be honest with you, bro. I'm thinking about how he did for his last season in this competition. He did pretty well. He did pretty well for us. So I probably would keep him in for this game. In terms of game, I know I don't give predictions, but I will give a prediction this time round. I'm going to say 1-1 tomorrow. I've said it already anyway. I'm going for 1-1 tomorrow.
I have to change my opinion on what
Listen. For the past 2 years that I've had this channel, DJ Sav has never given a scoreline.
No.
Never given a scoreline. So I'm not sure how to feel about
And then
this.
we've been winning. We've been winning since then. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow then, man.
I don't know.
Blame it on me then, guys, tomorrow if we lose,
Talk about jinxing. Mohammed, we'll go to you.
I won't be surprised if he play both of them, because the Juventus midfield, the only good player there is Locatelli. Other than that, I don't think any of those midfielders, whether it's Rabiot, whether it's Betancourt, the other, maybe Weston McKennie is very strong. Other than that, I think even Saul can play in that midfield. Can play, so it won't be. I won't be surprised if Tuchel give him a chance, because they're not as physical as the Premier League. Yeah, but Ziyech
a bit slow.
Yeah, the only fast one is Locatelli and Weston McKennie in that midfield. So, but with Ziyech, I won't be surprised as well if he plays, because the game is slow in Italy, and the defenders are not. Yeah, the game is slow. And let me tell you one thing: you won't be surprised if Matthias de Ligt play tomorrow. He will be responsible for a couple of goals. We'll win 3-0.
I think he's very bored, Mo.
It's not as people are going on about what happened in Ajax.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy with de Ligt.
No, it's not that more.
I watched the last 2 games. I didn't watch them for de Ligt. I watched them to see how Juventus were playing, and their form, their shape, their system. But de Ligt did not impress me at all. And we're talking about this big 100 million price tag on the man.
I know.
Nah, I'm not happy.
150 million more.
But Chelsea
more. He's got 150 million release clause. I was speaking to
I won't even sign him for 50 million. To be honest with you, he's not a one-on-one defender.
He's got release clause. He's got release clause. I'm speaking to my best friend Mo. He lives in Canada. He's Arabic originally, and he goes to Torino, and he knows a lot of people in the Juventus. He absolutely Juventus mad. So he told me you can have de Ligt. He said he's very, very bold, but he's got release clause, 150 million.
That's ridiculous.
We're not paying that. Mo, thank you. Your scoreline?
3-0, Chelsea.
Wow, Mo.
Believe me, I've watched.
They are bored.
I've been watching Juventus since 1992, since Roberto Baggio. I'm telling you, I don't miss their game. I'm telling you this.
Okay. I love the confidence, man. Love the confidence.
I love it. This is the worst Juventus team I've seen. Even when they were relegated, this team is the defenders worst.
Don't miss the post-match stream, because you need to defend that. Because don't hide, okay? We'll be
They are very poor.
They're not very good at the moment, because they're what they need to put them, aren't they?
My problem is Chelsea tend to make those teams play like Barcelona.
I love that so much.
Every time I talk, that's when you send that thing.
No, listen, guys, listen. For real, my post-match will not be tomorrow. My post-match will be on Thursday. I will do the post-match on Thursday because the games finish at 10ish. And it's going to be too late by the time we finish it. People have work the following day. So I'm going to do it at 8 o'clock on Thursday. So we're not going to have a post-match straight after the game tomorrow. So just so you know, our post-match will be on a Thursday. Boogeyman.
Mo, don't run away.
No, I won't.
You said 3-0. Okay, good.
Mohammed said 3-0. Mohammed said 3-0.
3-0. Believe me. And guess what? You know your boy, the star boy, which is Chiesa. He's going to be their strength and in their weakness. When he attacks us, we're going to hit them the space he left behind. Believe me. I'm
Can I
telling
just
you.
say something? Can I say
Second-
something about Chiesa as well?
Kasim, you
yeah.
have 2 minutes coming. Just wait. You have 2 minutes coming.
All right. No, I'm just answering him.
Yeah, Chiesa is going to be the strength and the weakness because, as you
Yes.
said, he tires in the second half. So hopefully that's where we can take advantage of him. Mohammed, thank you very much. Kasim, I'm going to leave you to the end because I want to give you a little bit extra time because I know you need it. So I'm going to leave you to the end. We'll go with Bobby.
Oh,
Bobby,
I
let me
hardly
hear your
speak.
thoughts.
I hardly spoke today, man.
That's why I'm leaving you to the end, mate. Bobby, let me hear it.
Yeah, I've listened to a lot of what's been said. It's quite interesting. I don't see this. I don't give score predictions, but I don't see this being a draw at all. I think if we press them, like I hope we can, they're beatable. They're very, very beatable. Their threat to us can be Chiesa, but we can nullify that threat. Chiesa is an excellent player, but he's somebody that if you crowd him, you frustrate his effect, and we can do that quite effectively. If there's a concern I have, it's Lukaku. Chiellini loves playing against people like that. Is Lukaku versatile enough to cause them problems? Maybe with people like I know people don't want to see Werner. I think Werner around him would help him, and I think Havertz has enough trickery about him, and his work rate is very, very underrated. Well, if you don't want either of them, I would go for Ziyech. Ziyech at least has a goal threat in him, even if he's a bit lazy and a bit weak defensively. We don't have anything to fear. I don't fear any of Chelsea's opponents. What I'm concerned with is Chelsea themselves. You know, Man City wouldn't have beaten us. You know, we just had 4 unfit players. 1 came off, 2 were still on the pitch, and 1, well, Alonso was just an embarrassment. I don't want to see Alonso on the pitch against Juventus. I don't
even want to see him in Chelsea shirt anymore.
Well, you know, there are games for him, but this isn't one of them. We have to come out smoking because it's important we win. It is very important.
Yeah, it was a proper. Sorry, Mel. I was just going to say it was a proper Alonso game on Saturday, wasn't it? Like I always call him.
Yeah, and we don't advocate smoking on this channel. It's bad for health.
Nice.
Kasim, let me hear it, mate. Let me hear it, Kasim. Did you give a scoreline? Oh, you don't give scorelines, but yeah, Kasim, let me hear it. Let me hear it, Kasim.
I don't think Bobby predicted in it scoreline.
No, he doesn't predict. Bobby doesn't predict.
Okay.
Yeah, JJ has done prediction. That's enough, man. We don't want to be beaten 9-0 tomorrow.
Oh my God, 9-0. Nah, ain't gonna happen. No way.
I don't know why Boogeyman always tries to bring a negative correlation to anything. I find that very interesting. You know, it's not happening. It doesn't happen that way, boy. You know, all this. I'm watching how this guy is. It's got to be this.
Emotional. It's emotional.
It's not good. It's not.
Well.
Kasim, let me hear it, man.
Tomorrow, man.
Yeah, go on.
Listen, from my research, and as I said to you, I speak to my best friend. He lives in Canada and stuff. He's a Juventus man. He said he told me, look, I think you're gonna win the game, mate. And he's a Juventus man. You think they're very, very poor. They lost too many players, too many injuries there. They didn't start the season very well. So it's up to Chelsea. And you know the slow is the rhythm there in Italian league is very, very slow. We still Chelsea tomorrow. Regards to Ziyech, I've got a feeling he's gonna start tomorrow. It's just that type of game, European game, will suit him. So he will start tomorrow. I would love to see base in the front because the back 4 is very slow. You know, Panucci and they're very, very slow. I like to see the like of Werner or Callum Hudson-Odoi because they'd be trickery. They'd be very too quick for them. I would go. I will go with 2-1 Chelsea tomorrow. I take the 3 point tomorrow. I will not. I won't say 3-1. I think I will say 2-1 Chelsea tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just worried about set pieces as well because he's good in corners and free kicks. By the way,
I trust our defense. I don't think the
Brian made a good point in the chat. Actually, Spinazzola was someone we're heavily linked with before he got injured, and he would have been perfect for us on that.
And wasn't Kaio?
Alonso would have gone. Alonso would have gone. And he's versatile. He can play right or left.
And wasn't Caio George linked to us? The young. I think he's a Brazilian kid they signed from Brazil. George.
He's injured.
Right.
He's injured.
Is he? Brian, what's Brian saying is we may see Juventus young prodigy Caio George tomorrow. That's all. I don't know.
Yeah, he's 18 years old, Brazilian. He's injured.
Yeah.
He's injured.
Moisekino, whatever his name is.
Moisekino.
That kid is also good. Have you ever seen him play? Even against Italy last time. He's really good. He can control. He has like that Lukaku type of run and all those things.
He was rubbish at Everton.
It's boring, man.
They have 3 unpredictable players. Moiskin is one of them, and then the other one is Kolochevsky. He's very unpredictable. He can be shit one game, and next game you think he's Maradona. And Cuadrado as well.
Strike one.
We saw Cuadrado's. We saw his inconsistency. We saw his inconsistency at Chelsea, didn't we?
Yeah, he can be terrible one game and score a banger. So they have three unpredictable players, which I don't know what they're gonna do tomorrow, but I hope they become the worst like they normally do. But if they're on their game, we're in trouble.
Can I just say something? Sorry to interrupt you more. That's old Juventus slow team. Chelsea with the pace and moving the ball very quickly, we could absolutely hammer them tomorrow. So it's up to Chelsea. They're very poor.
Because they're slow, but they're clever. You know, those guys, they've never had pace, have they? Really? They've never had pace, but they're wily, and they're just, as Bobby made a good point there, because they're coming up against Lukaku, and that's the sort of striker they love to come up against. You know,
exactly. I was going to say something like, if the Chelsea team of last season that we win the Champions League with, going to this game against Juventus, I'll be feeling good. Because I know we're going to create 12 chances or 20-something chances. It's just
one at
the back. And like that's the system we run Real Madrid physically. Mount keep running at them, and they cannot cope with that pace. But when you have Lukaku, the front line becomes static. The entire front line just becomes static. And you have to rely on Kovacic moving the ball, Jorginho moving the ball. And when those people are static, opening are not easy to find. And then you have... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Boogeyman. This conversation that we're having right now is fantastic. I want to ask you guys on air. Do you think we should give the formation segment of the preview less time so we get more of a discussion? Because I think we are running out of time quite quickly because of the segment. Should we just should I prepare it in advance and we just discuss it rather than picking each player as we go along? What do you guys think?
Can I say something quick? I think we should just proceed the way you do it, because most of the time is based on when I have that image in my brain, that's how I manage to think about. If we put this on, it doesn't work. If we put this on, but if you ask me out of nowhere, I tell you I won't even remember our own player names because I'm getting confused really easily. So I'd rather have that image in my mind, and then when we move past it, I mean, that's my personal view.
Yeah, Max, what do you reckon?
Yeah, it's good as it is at the moment, I think. Yeah, so just leave it as is.
All right. Everyone happy to keep it as it is? Anyone thinks we should make any changes, or you guys are good?
No, I'm in agreement with Max and Boogeyman. Keep it the way it is, Mo. It's good this way, bro.
Yeah. I have one change that I want to suggest to you, DJ.
Yo, what's that?
Get here earlier.
Do you know what? As I said, bro, it's work for me today, mate.
Did you get petrol, by the way?
I got petrol on Friday, but it's just the people that are going crazy at the moment coming back.
So it's affecting your
because I'm
traffic.
It is, because I'm coming back from Pinner, because I'm working in Pinner, and I'm coming back from there. It's how many petrol stations I have to go by, and it's just
everyone's just queuing up.
Southwest
petrol. I haven't got
Southwest
petrol.
yesterday had petrol. Southwest.
I haven't got any petrol in any of my ones.
Listen, can someone explain me what is this whole thing mean about petrol?
These idiots over here are just panic buying, and I blame the press.
Problem here, Boogeyman.
No, I blame the press. Because the press say,
Guys,
whenever the press say in England, don't panic.
Can we football?
Can we just no? Can we discuss this off the air? Because I need to go.
No, that's fine. I'll read it. I'll just tap it and go and read on.
Yeah, I really got to get going, guys. It's been a fantastic stream. I will see you on Thursday night. There won't be a stream tomorrow. We'll see you all in the post-match on Thursday evening. Have a good one, lads.
Take care, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Peace out. Up the Chelsea. Peace.
Good night.